All right. This is the Drive By Night Show. We are a 3-hour drive around call-in talk show right here on TikTok from 8 o'clock till 11 o'clock Central Time. 3 hours. There's the phone number, 402-853-8436. Anybody can call. We can talk about whatever you want. I really don't care. My only rule is just be cool. This is my 22nd week doing the show, and I'm loving it. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you want to check out past episodes of this show, the Drive By Night Show, go to YouTube at All the Rides, and you'll find them archived there. If you prefer to listen to the show in podcast form, go to your favorite provider and simply search Drive By Night Show, and this thing will pop up. Until then, everything's wide open. 402-853-8436, and we'll kind of get the show kicking off here. So feel free to join in on the chat or give a phone call or do both, and everything will be good. So thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. We got like these 4 goons coming out of a bar here about to walk right by us. So pay attention to that as you see them kind of in the reflection of the glass here. So part of my problem for being in this stupid area, but there they go right there, just gooning out. And yeah, they're having a great night. I'm in front of like one of those axe throwing places, which I've never gone to. I think I like them more in theory than I do in actual practice. So one of these days, I guess I'll go drink a beer and throw an axe into a tree stump or something. Yeah, that's the phone number. It's 402-853-8436. Give me a call and we can talk about whatever you want. I don't really care. So just kind of hanging out here on a Thursday night. It was 99 degrees here earlier today, but it looks like it's dipped down to about 94 now. So I guess we're middle June. This is the summer, and we're just doing it. So right on. How's everyone out there doing? I'm just waiting for phone calls. How come nobody's calling? Cushman Country, yeah, why don't you give a call here and find out what the show's all about. If you're seeing this for the first time, this is the Drive By Night Show, and we just hang out and talk on the phone, and once it gets started, it usually goes on the rest of the night, but sometimes it takes a few minutes for the first phone call to come in. Chat's saying, what do you do, like a talk show? Yeah, it is a talk show. It's just call and talk about whatever you want. And, hang out for a few minutes and you'll see somebody will call, or you can call, and we will just have a talk show, and it kind of just goes organically wherever it goes. Chat's saying, what do you know about gay frogs? I don't know anything about gay frogs. Why do you ask? And do you have information that you'd like to share with us? Because that just sounds pretty fascinating, I think. I'm not quite sure, but maybe we all need to learn about gay frogs. I know there was such a thing, but I'm open to talk about it. There's no doubt about it. Call us up, 402-853-8436, and we can talk about frogs. Any type of frogs. Is it a specific type of frog that you're referring to, or is it just all frogs in general? I guess we're not sure. Chat saying, what about Boofa? I don't know what the hell that is. I'll need a little clarification about that as well, official Pickle Rick. But, maybe that's just something I don't know about. Maybe it just goes right over my head. Why don't you call me up, Pickle Rick, and tell me what that is, as long as it's halfway clean. Somebody's saying they're just called. Okay. Yeah, I feel like something's weird with my phone. It's kind of stressing me out. Maybe I need to maybe I'll call my voicemail real quick and see what's going on here. I just called and it didn't get an answer. Okay. Stand by. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think I may have a... Oh, here we go.
Please enter your password.
All right. So that gave me some hope there that I just called my voicemail and it came through the speaker. So try again. I'm sorry so much, Nathan's, the Thunder, Trevino, whatever it was. If you don't mind trying again, I don't know. It just seemed like my phone was doing something weird a little bit earlier, so now I'm paranoid about it. So 402-853-8436. There we go. Now we're getting a call from Texas on the line. Drive By Night Show, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well tonight. What's going on?
So I'm on the way to school, or on the way home today, and I found this flash drive. I'm like, okay, I have a computer, and I'm going to plug in the flash drive. And so, yeah, I'm curious as to what's on the flash drive, but it seems to be college stuff. And I'm in high school, but was confused because some of the colleges are right around my area.
Okay, so was it like what kind of college stuff? Just like papers and...
There's a lot of there's spreadsheets and like the monthly reports, energy costs, savings,
okay,
consumptions.
Now, is there anybody's name attached to this thing?
I have not seen one name whatsoever.
Okay. Do you make videos on your TikTok account?
I do not.
Here, do you want to?
I mean, yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, here's how you do it. So you set up your first video where you're like, look, I found this flash drive on the ground and I'm gonna take it home and see what's on it. And then your next video is you showing like all the stuff that's on there, blah 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 blah. And then your next video is like, now I'm gonna try and find out who this belongs to. So you'll go to like all the colleges around your area, like you were mentioning, and start posting like little lost or found flash drive. Contact me if this belongs to you. Blah 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 blah. And then hopefully you could make a whole series of videos like this, and eventually like return the flash drive to the owner. And I'll tell you, if you do that, you're gonna get millions of views.
I mean, that would be pretty cool.
I mean, it's an idea, but for some reason when you brought this up, that all just kind of jumped into my head, and I was like, yeah, I if you're into it, go for it.
Well, that actually seems pretty cool. I'm probably gonna do that. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. So how many colleges would you say are in your nearby radius?
There's one, nothing I can walk to that I'll be okay with.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just look up.
I'm just trying to get just kind of a guess. Like,
I think there's 1, 2, 3 that are the closest.
Okay, the closest. And if you had to guess which one it came from, do you think?
I mean, there's a little spreadsheet here from an elementary school here as well.
Okay, interesting.
And then so the one I can kind of think of, it would be San Antonio College,
yeah,
which the state I'm in. Like, that's the city college, so that might be like the closest one we kind of have.
Well, yeah, maybe they're studying like early childhood education, and then they're like doing some of their hours at like an actual, school or something. And
which I think it might be some type of construction program, because I opened something and it's some type of construction form, and a lot of it's like energy bills and like costs and savings, but there's dates on here.
Yeah.
From the month, so it says monthly report August 2016.
Okay.
So that's what got me thinking, wow, how old is this stuff?
Yeah, some of it is, 5 years old or so.
So like, if I want to kind of find the old owner, then I wonder Which, because it got me thinking, why would something from 2016 be just lying in the street? That happened so long ago.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have been in that good of a shape to be able to plug in
No,
and read from
it
it.
hasn't been ran over or anything. It's like extremely clean.
Yeah. So somebody just dropped it, or whatever. I would say within the last week.
Yeah.
You know.
Which it's weird because I'm not necessarily looking for stuff all the time, but with my ADHD, I'm very attentive to things. So
Okay. Well, there
it was like,
yeah.
it was like, oh, this is awesome! I found something that I'm really interested in now.
Okay. Well, there you go. I don't know. It's kind of fun to me to like, if you could somehow return that flash drive to the owner, I think it would be like, it's not changing the world, but it's one of those things where I don't.
You found a bag of $1 million and trying to figure out who it was.
Yeah, because it's like you can just throw that thing away and forget about it, never think about it again, or you could actually like follow through on it, and it could like somehow make the world a better place. I don't know how, but it just could.
I mean, no one knows how,
Right. Well, because it can have like a trickle down effect. Like, let's say you take this flash drive to this person, and there was like an important thing on there that they really needed to have, and let's say that they didn't have that for some reason, and it lost them a job, or it got them a bad grade on something, and then they ended up dropping out of school, and then they ended up taking some job that they didn't want to take, and then they ended up in prison. You know what I mean? And it's like this weird like chain of events could potentially happen, positive or negative, but it's more fun to think of it, I guess, in the positive way.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Well, do it. Make a video. I think it'd be fun, and share your progress with us on. But I guarantee people would love stuff like that. If you make like a continuing series, it's a lot of fun.
I'll definitely just make a video about it right now, probably.
Do it, and then contact me sometime in the future and let me know how they're going.
Okay, awesome. I will.
All right. Well, cool. Well, thank you for the call. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
See ya. All right. So there's a caller who found a flash drive on the ground. It had some like college stuff on it, and I don't know. Somehow my brain was just kind of like, you should make a series of videos about trying to return that, and I think it'd be awesome. And next call is from New Jersey. Drive By Night Show. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right tonight. What's going on?
What's going on, man? So I'm crazy that you picked up my call. I'm the gay frogs guy.
Okay, cool. Because now I'm super curious about that. So you said, I'm right there looking at you. Say, what do you know about gay frogs? I don't know anything.
All right. So to give you a little backstory on that, so I don't know if you ever heard of the guy Alex Jones.
I do know who that is. Sure.
Okay, so he started this thing, and there's a lot of conspiracies around it. He was saying, oh, they're turning the freaking frogs gay, and the media lashed out at him, and that's basically they're saying that's a conspiracy theory, but actually what he meant was basically he was actually right, but he was just making fun of the actual situation. So they were finding that there was excess levels of pesticides and the specific chemical atrazine was actually genetically mutating the frogs and actually turning males into females.
Okay.
So he was just making humor of that.
Right.
But it actually was basically turning the frogs gay. If you think about it.
So if you think about it, so it's an actual like. Nothing that happened in nature. It was a chemical thing by humans that are okay. Now, do you think in nature, just on its own, can frogs be gay?
I don't know about that because that's against against what actually happens in nature.
Right.
But the chemical, I think it says atrazine and I think it says simazine. They're chemicals inside of pesticides. They were finding that in water where frogs are, but not only that, but they were finding it in tap water.
Okay.
So careful what you drink. I think the study was taken in San Francisco, California. Yeah, but they were finding that it was genetically mutating the frogs.
Wow. Now, some of that stuff's really scary about like tap water, because you read that you can get like people's like antidepressants, like their type of pills that get like flushed down the toilet and then like reprocessed into the water, and that there's just like traces of all that kind of stuff in the water, that it's like, well, that can't hurt you because it's such a small amount, but it's like it makes you wonder what that can do to you over time.
Yeah, right.
Now was Alex Jones like upset about like the family structure of the frogs being like broken down like he would for like humans? Because I know that's always like the biggest beef about humans, is it's like, well, it's going to destroy the family. Do you think?
Right,
do you think he was concerned about frog families?
I think he's more worried about the toxins that are going into the water. So,
Okay.
Water, and then wherever that water goes, if it goes to water supply, if it goes, who knows?
That's true, because he's not wrong in that sense. If it is affecting the frogs, then it's not that far away from you and I. Then
if it's affecting the frogs, what else is it affecting? I mean, we know that we've known for years that there's been high concentrations of lead in the water. So and now we're finding pesticides and atrazine in the water. And that's the stuff you're drinking.
It's true. I watched a movie about it's called Dark Waters, about DuPont, how they made like this indestructible metal for like tanks during World War II, and then they ended up turning it into like Teflon for like the pans that you used to cook stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's gotten into all of our bodies, that it's literally like 99.8% of the population has Teflon in their body, and it's impossible for your body to like physically break it down, so it's just going to be inside of you forever.
Well, yeah, Teflon is used for a lot of things in the industrial purpose, so
yeah.
I don't think that's safe for human consumption.
No, it's not. But that's how it got there, is because of cooking in some of those pans, and then bits of the Teflon would come off during the cooking process, and it'd just be ingested. But it's so scary that your body like literally cannot get rid of it. It's just there forever.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy.
So I don't know. There's stuff like that like frightens me, where it's like we should learn about this, we should understand this, we should know about it. But then there's some of it that it's like you really learn about it and you're like, oh my God, this is terrifying.
Yeah.
So
yep, I got you.
Right on. Well, thank you for the info about the frogs. I had no idea.
Yeah, definitely do some more research on that. But if you just do like a Google search, you'll just get up a whole bunch of traffic on there. But use like DuckDuckGo or something like that. You'll find what you look for. You can read up on it more, definitely.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you so much for the info.
Yeah, man, not a problem.
All right. Later. Yep. Have a good one. See you.
Bye.
Okay, that was a call from New Jersey, talking about the frogs and lots of chemicals going on there, and it's scary stuff, like in our drinking water and whatnot. Chat saying, I'm going to call you later. Okay, well, thank you so much. Do you ever hotbox your car? Hotbox in my car or hotbox my car? I don't know what that means. All right, we got Florida on the line. Drive By Night Show, how are you?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. What's going on tonight?
Nothing. I was commenting. I think it's time to do a conference call.
You want to do a conference call? That's fine with me. Let's get it going. Let's see what happens here. So okay, let's see if I remember how to do this. So we're going to add a call. You're still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right. So I'm getting him going here. And now we're going to call it.
I forgot for a second it was Thursday, and then got really happy when I saw the caller ID.
It's okay. I've got your friend car dealer from Florida on the line. He's got something he wants to talk to you about again.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Make it happen.
Here we go. Okay, are you guys both here?
I'm here.
I am.
Okay, go for it.
So I heard your question last week. I kind of forget. I've had a lot going on. What was your question last week?
So this is hilarious. So last week I asked him to ask you because you had mentioned they have roof problems. Was it referring to leaking or just the actual mechanical operation of the roof failing?
To be honest with you, I've seen both. So I have seen. So we had one come in last week for a leak coming through, and it was leaking through. So what happens is there's a little crack kind of between the sunroof and the convertible top, and then it will go down and a leak on your passenger side floor.
Nice. I see you come in, come out from work, and then you just, open your car door and there's a pool in your passenger foot well. Exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, exactly. And then it will start to mold in there, and then so I've seen that multiple times on the G37 before.
That's gross.
Yeah. So.
Well, that was my question. That was the
yeah.
You took a whole week to answer. Oh my God, I feel like it's the 18 or 1700s where everybody has to write letters. The letters take so long to God forbid you colonized America and had to send a letter to your loved one back to wherever the hell you came from.
Yeah.
And you're spending a whole year waiting for that to happen. I couldn't even imagine either being a king in that situation as well. It's like, I'm going to declare war, but you send a letter. You declare the war. You wait a year for a response. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, so I'm actually buying a Q60 Red Sport on Saturday.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah. So I'm really excited. I'm trading in my Q60 Lux right now, and so my lease is up, so I'm trading in my car.
So when are you going to Porsche?
I am transferring, so I just passed my drug test and everything, and then so I'm transferring there. I think it's July 15th.
I was about to say, well, it sounded like a big achievement, but then I remember it's Florida, and it is a big achievement. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, for me being, because I started when I was about 19, and then now I'm almost 21, so.
Oh, I was talking about passing your drug test.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't really do any of that shit anyway, so.
Are you sure it's Florida? Either old people or meth heads. There's no in between. I guess there is one person in between.
Well, this is New York. I mean, New York as well. New York as well.
I don't know about meth. We got more heroin and cokeheads, but that's the point.
You got all the above up there. You got all those.
Yeah, seriously. That's true. Meth is a party drug. Can you believe that?
What?
Oh, meth is a party drug. Like here in our clubs. So you just, I'm going to the club. You want some meth? Oh, sure. Whatever.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Sure, yeah. I'll take meth. Sure. I'll take meth with you. Yeah. I love how this turned the cars to meth.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to keep the content interesting. Especially when I'm listening to it later on Apple Podcasts.
Have you listened to it later on Apple Podcasts?
No, so last night, speaking of drugs, last night I smoked some pot, right? And on my way home, I like to listen to podcasts because I feel like music I just don't get into it as much. So I was listening to the H3 podcast because apparently Trish Paytas has been removed from the podcast, and I didn't get a chance to finish it. The one episode, because it was only an hour drive, and that podcast was like 2 hours long. But I thought about it. I was like, I was already driving. Like, I was 20 minutes into my drive, and I was like, oh, that's right, he's got a podcast. But I didn't want to, distract myself with my phone. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're
listening to yourself while you're driving, you might wreck.
I'd
was
wanna
thinking
wreck
more
it.
like, the distraction of trying to mess with my phone to get it to come up.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that too.
I gotta edit my stuff.
I'd want to wreck if I was listening to myself on a podcast. I'd want to wreck immediately.
Oh, that's
But-
funny.
So,
Well, I mean, can you see on Apple Podcasts how many people have watched it? Or listened to it, rather?
Sort of. The stats they're okay, but I'll get hits from like all over the world, and like they don't really like make sense. Like if it's somebody just clicking on it or listening to the whole thing or whatever, it's just sort of like somebody from Bangladesh clicked on your podcast, and I'm like, okay, so it's kind of not the greatest stat report.
So then what does YouTube say? Because I'm sure you have some views on those, yeah?
Yeah, and then those are kind of like YouTube's reports aren't that great either, I don't feel like.
Really? I thought that they were. I thought you could see how long the average person listens.
I suppose.
What's your audience?
You can see that. And I don't know. But I don't let's just say that you can see great reports. Let's just go there. What does it do though? What do I do with that information?
Well, I mean, I guess you could kind of, I was going to say you can kind of cater to your audience, but you can't because random people are calling up, so.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Except for the occasional regulars. Like
Yeah.
Tim and I are on a conference call right now.
Sure. And it's, it's kind of fun to look at, but I just don't know, how I could really use it rather than just knowledge, oh, this many people looked at it and watched it.
Well, I'm sure, you could use it if you wanted to advertise it.
Okay. Yeah.
Because, then you could, for example, on Facebook, you could be like, I think if you want to take out an ad, you could be like, I want to advertise to these specific people, for example.
Okay.
Or if you're doing something with Google Ad Services, it's the same thing. It's very much like, oh, well, I want to, for example, let's say teenage boys are watching your stuff. And if you go to Google and say, I want to advertise this to teenage boys, they'll advertise to teenage boys. You might get more hits. That's how that works.
Okay. All right. I like it. Go ahead, guys. You guys continue.
okay, this is so weird. So this is so I was scrolling through Uber Eats last night, and I was absolutely starving, and so
How late was it?
it was probably around 8 o'clock, and so I saw Guy Fieri's little restaurant. So he set up like a little mini restaurant all around the country and stuff. I don't know if all the rides here does Uber Eats or not. Do you do Uber Eats deliveries or no? No.
Do
I
I?
don't know if you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do Uber Eats?
I do. Yes. Correct. I'm sorry. I was
we
just
just
reading.
got some evidence
I
that
was
it
just
doesn't
reading
make
the
much
chat,
sense.
letting you guys talk. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So have you? I don't know if you have this in Nebraska. Do you have the Guy Fieri thing?
No, we do not.
Okay. So we have it down here in South Florida, and so we have. It was super weird. Like as he was talking about advertisements, I just feel like the phones are just listening to us. So I was scrolling through my Instagram, and then as soon as I get on Instagram, there's an ad that pops up for Guy Fieri's restaurant, and I've never seen it before. Never talked about Guy Fieri. I don't even watch the freaking Food Network, and it's still weird that it's just they have their advertisements. So
Was it advertising on the actual app, or was it advertising outside of the app?
it was advertised outside of the app on Instagram.
That's weird.
It's just crazy. That's why I don't have any of those Ring doorbells crap or anything, and I don't trust those.
Well, with the Ring, actually, there's a service. I think it's only in select areas that if you have I don't know if it's Ring, but Amazon owns one of those kinds of companies where it's like those push the doorbell thing. If you get the doorbell and a couple of cameras, they have this service where they actually have because their lock is electronic. This is an electronic lock on your door. It'll let the Amazon person into your house to drop off the package. And I was watching something about it, and it was
Really?
because the people that were like, oh yeah, sure, go ahead and do that because porch pirates, the Amazon delivery drivers were clearly uncomfortable and were like opening it like a crack and then shoving the package in and then slamming the door closed because they're like, oh, this is weird.
It's creepy.
I've seen some services where like you could hire someone to go grocery shopping for you, and then like they'll tell you how to get in. If they have one of those electronic locks, and you have to go put it away. Like I don't think I would do that. You know, like set up my kitchen so somebody can just come in and grocery shop for me. I'd rather put my stuff away. It takes like 5 minutes. Couldn't do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But no. Back to Uber Eats. I ordered. Okay, you guys have Friendlies because I talked to somebody about Friendlies and nobody knew what the hell it was. My friend from Texas didn't know what the hell it was.
Ice cream, yeah.
No, like the restaurant, not the ice cream.
Yeah.
The restaurant.
Well, yeah.
Okay, what about you, Nebraska?
No way.
You don't know what Friendlies is?
I know what it is, but we don't have one anywhere near here.
I know
Alright,
I know what it is. I don't they serve ice cream there though, right?
Well, that's not like the main bit, but yeah, like they sell Friendlies ice cream, yes. But it's like saying, like, oh, I go to this one restaurant and they're known for their iced tea, and then it's like, all right, well, is it only their iced tea at the restaurant?
Yeah.
No, it's like it's basically like a diner. Now, everybody has diners, but it's like
Yes.
a Friendlies thing. The menus are it's like everything's pretty much the same. And I ordered from Uber Eats a cheeseburger because I was hungry, and I'm allergic to mayo, so you know the information I know about me. And they put mayo on the sandwich, and I was so furious because I was like halfway through the sandwich. And when I say I'm allergic, I'm not gonna break it to hives. It's like more like you know how people who are like this intolerant just get stomach pains? It's pretty much the same thing for me. So Uber Eats customer service didn't just refund me for the burger; they refunded me the whole order.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to order food,
they're
do Uber
crazy.
Eats because
They're
customer
crazy.
service is amazing.
They're crazy about that type of stuff. They just throw out free stuff constantly, like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
That's good for the consumer.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
they
they're
wanna
you know
keep it
they do, and they've got a bigger overall bankroll than any of those companies do. DoorDash or Grubhub probably put combined. So they're really trying to like get that market covered because they bought Postmates, and now they're
They bought Postmates. I didn't know that.
They did, and then Postmates merged into Uber Eats, and they want the whole thing, so they're gonna keep doing stuff like that for a while, I bet.
Can y'all remember what the first food delivery app was? Because I can't remember which one it was.
I think people were saying it was like Go Puff or whatever that one is.
So back in middle school for me, we had this thing called like Miami Express Delivery, and it was pretty much all of like North Miami, and it was just all restaurants, and I couldn't drive yet, so I was probably 15 when that came out, so that was probably back in 2015 for me.
Wow.
There you go.
Oh my God, that was 6 years ago. Jeez.
Yeah, that's a while. That's pretty good. We always had like a local place around here that you could like call a phone number for like the past 15-20 years or something, and they really go get you just about anything you wanted. But as far as like the whole app thing goes, I mean, that's I don't know. It's interesting because I remember working for it before I even used it myself.
You know what I find interesting? I think now, even in small towns, everybody delivers. Every restaurant delivers. Like, for example, my hometown where I grew up is a small $1,500 person town. And the pizzeria didn't deliver, right? I mean, it felt like it was a problem because you call, order pickup, and then drive there, maybe 5 minutes down the road, whatever.
Yeah.
But there was no delivery. So now, during the pandemic, they deliver, and so does the deli, and so like every restaurant looks now. I think it's great because it allows us to do our lazy selves and just be secluded in our home.
It's true, and it was a thing that people just had to do during the pandemic. But I just said it before, and I'll say it again though. One of the best things that did come out of the pandemic is the leave at door option. So we never have to like see,
That's what I always do.
You have to, but I'm just saying that wasn't always a thing. That literally birthed from the pandemic, and it's like, why didn't somebody think of this leave at door option a long time ago?
hmm So when I ordered Uber Eats, I as you can tell, I order it a lot, and I'm working all the time. So I mean,
Yeah.
so I don't have the audacity to go out after I'm done working. So I just order myself food. So I had an elderly couple. I think I got like Five Guys or something like that, and so it was. I usually go like meet them halfway so they're not like super scared like I'm gonna rob them or anything like that. So I just try to meet them halfway so they don't have to walk all the way to the driveway and everything like that. So this elderly couple, and you're not supposed to have two people in the car with you as you're riding, if I'm not mistaken.
I
I
don't.
think people do it anyways.
Yeah,
Matthew DoorDash.
I don't think it matters for deliveries so much. You know, if you're picking up
Okay.
people, you know that you can't do it, but I don't think it matters.
Gotcha. Okay. So the wife drops off the food, and then she starts yelling. This is an Uber Eats driver. She starts yelling at me to stay in the house, stay in the house. And I'm like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
what? And I was like, okay, my bad. Like, and I was like, whatever. I let her drop it off at the door and take her little picture that she needed to do, and
Yeah.
let her kick rocks. And
Yeah, no
that
doubt.
was super weird. But so
But when I was doing DoorDash, you had to take a photo. If somebody opened the door, I take a photo with them holding the damn food, because I know that's a huge scam that people do where they just go, oh, they reported that they never got their food.
Yeah.
And then,
Mhm.
you know, you get dinged for it. So you gotta really be careful about that type of stuff. But the whole leave at door thing is the best, because
It's
I don't have to see anybody. I don't have to make any awkward small talk. I don't have to say, like, thank you. I just give a tip on the app and they're out of here. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the best. I haven't ran across anybody that has a problem with it. Now, when I'm still doing deliveries to that older couple's like point or non-point, people can still request or
Yeah.
even demand deliver it to my door. So what is she going to do if they say you must deliver this to my door? You know what I mean? She's going to have to do that at some point anyway.
Yeah, and it's just I get it. People are still a little scared about COVID.
Yeah.
You know, I've never, when I'm out, my work just started getting rid of masks, and it was, you know, we've never had anybody saying put a mask on, blah 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 blah, and but you know, it's eventually going to go away, and I'm just so ready for it. I think she was probably a little scared about COVID and everything. I'm not going to wear a mask walking 2 feet out of my house,
Right,
you know?
right. You're at your
It's
house.
pathetic.
Yeah.
It's pathetic. And
have you guys been vaccinated?
Yes.
I haven't.
Okay.
Is there any particular reason you didn't want to get vaccinated?
So both my parents got vaccinated. I don't plan on it. Don't plan on it. And you know, it's just I don't travel that much. I go to work, I go home. Sometimes I'll go out. It depends on how I'm feeling, if I have to work this Saturday or not. And, you know, it's just, but I just don't really plan on it. No really specific reason.
COVID vaccines, I just got my second shot on Monday. So the second that 2 weeks is out, the mask is coming off. Thank God the CDC was like, oh, you know, you're vaccinated, you don't have to, because it was so weird. I pulled up to a Taco Bell drive-thru and they weren't wearing masks, so I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, this is weird.
Yeah,
like, oh my God.
there's a lot of places like that, because we just got rid of our city mandate, just ended like a couple weeks ago, and then of course, like you said, the CDC said that as well. But I just kept wearing my mask because I'm in and out of places all day, and you know, I've noticed a lot of workers are still wearing their masks. So I'm like, well, if they're going to wear their mask and have to stand there and work for 8 hours a day, the least I can do is walk in with mine for the 3 minutes that I'm in there, you know. But now I'm starting to go into place after place after place, and I'm seeing less and less mask from anybody. So I think it's just like, I don't know. And places are busy now too. Like everybody's starting to come out.
Especially now, it's going to be a huge boom. Right now is the perfect time to invest in airline stock because everybody's going to be traveling.
Yeah, you
Yes.
you better believe it. It's interesting too because I was looking at some flights for like the next week or two, and I could find a lot of them still for like $100 or $150. But then it gets to like 4th of July and everything's up to $300 to $500 for that weekend. So,
Mhm.
and I think that's what it's gonna start heading towards again.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that last week? Did I tell you my grandmother got engaged?
You did not.
No, she got engaged. That's another story for another time. But
Okay.
she had flown down to meet her fiance, and it's a long, crazy story. So remind me next week
Okay.
because I don't want to take too much time. But I just helped him book a flight up, and I saw a flight. Now it was on Spirit Airlines from South Carolina to I can't remember which airport it was, but to New York for $33 on June 23rd. I was like,
Wow.
that's a terrible flight. Because if anything is $33, especially for a flight, there's no way that I want to do it. And I looked at it. It was a 12-hour layover in like Georgia or something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
that figures, and then at that point, it's like, is that really even worth $33? You know?
Seriously, like,
Yeah.
is it worth my time to sit there in the airport for 12 hours? And we just ended up booking $180 or $170 flight with American Airlines, direct, 2 hours, boom, get it over with. Price GSA.
You'll probably end up spending more on food than you will with flight.
It's true.
That's for damn sure.
Airport food's gonna kick your butt in that
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, no, you're gonna eat before and then right after on your way home, you're gonna hit the diner.
Or pack a lunch or something to take inside the airport with you.
I don't think you can. My grandmother on the way down, TSA made her throw her.
You're right. I had like a donut or something the last time I flew, and they were like, "Get that out of here," and I was like, "Okay." Like I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Donut.
Yeah, I was like, "What's the big deal?" And they're like, "You can either eat it
right
here
it might have been an
or get rid
explosive
of it."
donut.
The what?
It might have been an explosive donut. You had to be careful with that.
It might have been. It might have been. I was in your neck of the woods too. That was that. What's the airport in New Jersey? What's the
Newark.
The Newark one? Yeah, they were all weird about that donut.
I hate that airport.
Yeah, and then they were weird about me
Oh,
too. I was there super early though, like before anybody else, and like they just took a lot of time with me through that security line. It was kind of uncomfortable.
Well, that's New Jersey. You can't really count that as New York.
I said your area, your general area.
Well,
I hate when people associate New Jersey with New York because it is not at all the same thing. Those people are dirty. Oh, I swear to God. No offense. A lot of offense.
I love border wars.
When I flew to Barcelona from Newark,
Mister, I don't travel a lot.
Well, this was back in 2017, so this was before any of that crap happened. So I flew to Barcelona, and I was literally stuck at Newark Airport for 7 hours waiting for my flight, and it was just the dirtiest, filthiest airport I've ever been to.
Yeah, Newark, just all of New Jersey. Like seriously, if you go over the Verrazano Bridge, smell when you're in New Jersey. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
I know.
Joking. I'm literally looking at my phone, not even paying attention. I take a whiff, and I'm like, "Oh, we must be New Jersey." My father's like, "Yep." So it's so bad.
No, I know. It's just amazing to me though. Every region has these sort of like border wars though, and I wonder like, what do the people in New Jersey say about the people in New York or Pennsylvania, or it's like what. Everybody's got like a gripe against another state. It's amazing to me. I find it hilarious because we do the same thing around here, and any region I've been to is always like that way more or less.
Well, I remember looking at this map of like all the states that like who hates what state, and like every state was colored differently because it was a key. But New Jersey was like purple with lines through it, and I think he would like either hates everybody equally or hates himself. I can't remember which one it was, but like
I was about to say maybe they just hate themselves.
I would hate myself if I lived there.
You know what's funny though? Like at my job, I have to ask people for the phone number so I can pull up their account, right? And whenever I know the area codes for New Jersey because I have family members. I know people who are from New Jersey, as much as I hate to say. So, like, I'll punch the number in 972. You're from New Jersey, and then they're like, "Yeah, I know." And everybody they hate themselves too.
Jeez.
It's not just people from outside of New Jersey. Thank you.
That's how I am when I see area codes. And I'm working at the dealership, I hear like the area codes in Fort Lauderdale and everything like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like Fort Lauderdale must suck. You know,
I don't know what I don't know what the rivalries in Florida are, but I imagine North Florida is not as keen, or South Florida is not super keen about North Florida.
We hate North Florida is like redneck country pretty much. Like it's
I think it's funny because the rest of the country it's opposite. When you go south, you're going to redneck country, but for Florida, if you go south and then to south more, you're in like Miami and it's all party town.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
that's fun.
All right, well there you go. We got some border war talk. Are you guys good for the evening? Anything else you guys need to discuss tonight?
Well, I mean, it's my friend over in New York has.
Yeah, I got my question answered. That was the most important bit of this conversation.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, it was...
makes me feel better about not buying that car, especially for the price that they wanted for them. Cars are so expensive right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, wait, I got one more question, right? For my car dealer, do you do new or used car sales?
New and used.
Okay. So I bought my Q50 for, I think, like before all of the shit that they tacked on and before tax, it was like 21.5 with, it was fresh off the lease with like 27,000 miles. And I think I did a pretty good job. It's very good. 2018.
What am I missing here? Because either South Florida is crazy expensive on Q50s or we're overpricing the shit out of these cars.
It's probably the latter. I'm just kidding. Well, when I asked the dealership, because they were like, well, we have more, but they're more expensive. I was like, why? And they said, well, because we bought it at auction for this price. That markup, we don't change your price. It's just that's the price, and if it doesn't get bought, that's the price until it gets bought.
You got a good deal. I'm telling you right now, because we're putting these Q50s out of the door. We took in one that had coffee stains everywhere, with coffee stains all over the back seats, and I told my pre-owned car salesman insurance said we're not even going to get rid of this thing. They want $28,700 for it, and it's a 2018 with 28,000 miles on it.
Did they get rid of it?
No, we still have it.
It'll get sold. Watch, just let them detail it. It'll be fine. It'll be out the doors.
Yeah, I'm even in the pictures on the website because I saw the website pictures because you can see the stains if you. Me seeing it in person is different, but I mean.
Does it smell like coffee when you sit in the car?
Oh, dude, it smells like body odor and cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to buy a car for. But I have one last question. I promise.
Yes.
So the Q50 Lux from 2018. Oh my God, I hate the infotainment, but that's another thing. The emergency braking and all that stuff, does it bring you to a complete stop? Because I noticed it working when I'm driving aggressively on the highway, and listen, here's my logic. If I paid for that shit, I'm going to use it, so I'm glad it works. But will it take me to a complete stop?
So I heard that my 2018 Q60 does not have it in God, because I hate it.
Oh, it's annoying.
Yeah, I hate it. And so the one that I'm buying is going to have it. So it's called the front collision assist. So usually I cut out on the Q50, and it did not bring you to a complete stop. It slammed on the brakes very hard. I think if the car knows you're not paying attention, it will bring you to a complete stop.
It's just kind of annoying because if I'm speeding up to get through a gap, like because people here don't know how to drive, it'll start braking and I'm like, no, and I have to push my foot harder on the gas.
Yeah.
I don't know if that should be happening. But anyways, I'm sure, we've been on the phone. Oh my God, it's been 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
I'm sure
we'll do this again. We'll do this again, guys. It's been a lot of fun. And
I'm sorry.
no, it's all good. It's all good. Let's just call it good. We got other Thursdays, and we'll whenever you guys want to do this again, it's fine with me. So thank you so much for both of you for contributing, and I'll talk with you both separately or together very soon.
Sounds
See you
good.
next week.
All right.
Yep. See you next week.
Yep. We'll see you. Good night.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Okay, there you go. There's a conference call right there. And yeah, you tell me what other show, for better or for worse, does conference calls and just lets whatever happen. And there you go. All right, well, we're done with that. We got Alabama on the line. Drive By Night Show, how are you?
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing all right tonight. What's going on? Hello?
Is this that TikToker?
Yeah. What's going on tonight?
Man, I fucked my sister. I got her pregnant. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, is that true? You really did?
Yeah, man, what do I do?
Oh, what do you do? I don't know, man. What'd you
Yeah,
do?
man.
Are you gonna do it again?
Man, I don't even know what's so good, but I don't know, man.
All right. Well, you know, first thing you do is you've got to just calm down. You sound like you're in distress.
Man, I'm freaking out, man.
I know you're freaking. I can hear it in your voice, and that's why I'm telling you this is step one. Now it sounds like you're hyperventilating. Do you have a paper bag nearby that you can breathe into?
No, I'm good.
Okay. You've calmed down. Everything's okay. Your voice sounds better. Okay. Now just take a deep breath in. Okay. All right. Now slowly let it out. Okay. Now, what's the problem?
Man, so she was like, you want to hit it? And I was like, you already know I want to hit it. And she let me hit it, and the condom broke, man.
Okay. All right. Well, that's I guess that's between you two.
What you laughing for, dog?
I say you two need to work this out between yourselves. Like I don't see why you need to bring a third person into this problem here.
Yeah, man, maybe. Hey, I tell you what, man, I appreciate your help. I'm gonna call my therapist, man. I think I'm gonna stick a man.
All right. I didn't hang up. I was just gonna let that one go for whatever reason. I don't know why I was letting that one go, but there's something about his like up and down range in the voice that I just couldn't resist. Okay, let's get caught up with the chat a little bit here. It says, "Oh my God, 2 people have showed up to my house at 2 a.m. with 2 grown men, so it does matter." That's referring to multiple people in the DoorDash on the delivery. The chat is saying, "What's your favorite person so far this year?" Now, is like on the phone, on the show, or just like in life in general? I just don't know if I understand the question. Oh boy, here, hold on. I was too slow there. Let's give a call back here. Yeah, I was missing the call. It was California calling in. Now I'm trying to call back. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to call you back here, but my phone is just acting a little wonky here tonight. So we'll just give it a second here. We'll see what happens. It says it's calling. I'll take a look at the chat here real quick while we're waiting for this phone to. There we go. That sounded a little bit better, and we'll see what happens.
Please leave your message for.
Okay. All right. I'm trying. There we go. There we go. I was trying to call you back. I don't know. My phone's a little wonky.
Hi, you actually requested me for video, and thank God that I didn't accept on TikTok.
Oh wait. What did I do?
Yeah, you actually, I don't even know
how do I
that
do that?
happened.
See, that's what's
I
funny.
don't know. But
I don't. Yeah.
I was so scared, and I was like, wait, is everyone going to see the real me?
Is everybody going to?
Wow, like you're really going to expose me like that after I join a family? Like yeah.
I truthfully wish I could tell you I did that on purpose, but I'm looking right now, like at the options, like there's little option buttons down here at the
Yeah.
bottom. I still don't even
Yeah.
see how to do it like right now, so I don't know what I did. I really
was
don't.
confused, but I was like, I opened something up, and then it was like my camera loading, and I was like, wait, no, hold on.
Okay.
Let me exit. So,
Yeah.
you're welcome. I am the lifesaver in this situation.
I appreciate it, and I apologize, and
No,
we got through
it. It's so funny. It's so hilarious. Imagine.
No, that's good. Now, tell me about these two DoorDash drivers coming up to your house at 2 a.m.
Okay, well, that's another thing. First of all, I love when Florida, New York, that's how I know them. I know one of them is Gabe. I don't know what New York's name is, and I know that's awful for me calling that, but, so DoorDash. I think you guys are saying something about, like, how it's weird. I think Stuart said that.
Yeah.
Gabe said that.
Yeah.
It was a little bit weird. And you guys were like, no, it's like common. And like, okay, that's fine. It could be common, but I've ordered like DoorDash like really late in the night, and where like two guys, show up. So that's a little bit sketch. That's a little bit scary.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't like that at all. It's just like it doesn't take two people to bring me, Taco Bell or whatever at 2 a.m. Like one person can do it just fine.
Possibly like like a mom would just like, okay, I get it, but then also they don't even let you go by their car because they're like,
yeah,
all of theirs as they should be. But also we've had one time where my husband took a Uber ride, and he was picked up in a minivan that was really not the van that he was going to have picked up. And it was a guy with his grandpa, but he was trying to sell him like some PS4s at the time.
Oh boy.
Which was like 2 years ago.
Right.
And I was like, well, did you buy one? And he was like, no. And I was like, why?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a missed opportunity, but still kind of a strange thing.
It's
like,
a little bit sketch, what I'm saying? So I know you guys are maybe just saying like, oh, like it's not weird, because I get it,
No, it is weird. Like I took an Uber the other day, and the guy was trying to sell me like CBD oil, and I was like, dude, I just want to ride. Like I get it. It's your side hustle within your side hustle, but
wait, hold on. Why did you take an Uber?
I had a few drinks, so I was just like,
Oh, okay. We love a responsible.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like because I've seen the other side of it. Like I see all the
Definitely. Oh my God, I love binging your videos on YouTube.
Yeah. Thank you. But like I'm out.
If you need more of a reason to freaking take an Uber after you do guys, like come on, like literally.
Exactly. So it's like, I mean, I've seen the worst of it. So it's like I gotta like. I don't have any desire to drive after I've had a few drinks, but it's like, literally, it's like, that's like my livelihood is my car. Like, I've made money off of my car for a lot of years.
Okay, so. What about if your girlfriend is listening right now? That's your livelihood, your car?
Well, as far as it's how I've made my living is through my car over the last few years.
No, definitely.
But I did do a number of Uber rides this week, and just today I got some pretty funny footage, so I'm gonna go edit that at home and see if I can put that up soon. It was this girl ordered she ordered like a bunch of filet of fish at McDonald's, and then like just a bunch of tartar sauce, and the person at the drive-thru was super pissed about it. So, yeah, it was just random and kind of funny.
And then where was this again?
Well, it was bizarre. Speaking of like Uber Eats, like which you can just do anytime. Instead, like this person ordered an Uber today, and I drove him like 4 miles to a McDonald's, And then we went through the drive-through. They ordered a bunch of Filet-O-Fish sandwiches, and then I drove them 4 miles back home. And it's like they spent $40 at McDonald's, and the ride itself would have been over $20. So it's like
for sure.
You know, and it's like you could have just Uber Eats that, and it would have been cheaper. And you wouldn't have to get in the car.
That's true.
You know.
But that's the thing too, that new feature that you guys were talking about, like COVID safe, like, leaving it at the door, because here in Los Angeles, like, people are shady. They're like waiting for you to open the door so that they wait for their tip.
Oh, for real?
So even if you like do tip them like online or anything, they're like kind of waiting.
Oh, yikes!
Yesterday I had a Walmart groceries delivered to me, and I realized an hour after that they were delivered to me, and they were just sitting outside somewhere.
Oh.
Where they were not supposed to be.
Okay.
So that sucks.
Wow, that does. If there was anything that could have, gotten ruined in the sun too.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm coming up to my 7-minute mark. It's like I want to be cycling.
See, sometimes it just happens. You just start having a conversation.
I just think it's so funny. But I also have like one. And that's okay. Like New York guy, come on. He's like, I have one more thing.
Yeah, he always has 10 more things, but it's okay. We love it.
That was really cool though. I really enjoyed that. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I do want to say that I missed Jess. I don't know if she even in here still, a guy like
I don't know if I've seen her tonight at all, so I really don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they're doing good, and even if they're maybe listening and not able to answer, I hope they're doing well. Also, I have a question because somebody, I believe it was like New York guy, that says, H3 podcast.
Yes, he did bring that up. Yeah.
You don't know what that is.
Only reason I know what that is through your message that you sent me, which thank you very much. There was so much good stuff in there, and I got to be honest with you too. It was almost just, it was overwhelming in a good way. It was a lot.
It was a lot that won't happen overnight.
No, and I understand that too. And I'm like, how do I like explain that without over explaining that?
Oh my God, no! I was just like, I just kind of dumped ideas on you, and I'm sorry about that. But
no.
I just come from that, so I was just like, oh my God, like you're such like an appealing soul. Like a lot of people want to talk to you. You're really cool. You're really patient. I really think that if you also, I agree. Like if you started kind of like advertising here and there, like oh my God, it's like me in New York just want to pimp you out. It sounds like it.
I know.
Yeah, oh my God, it sounds so awful. We're just like trying to like, oh no, you should do this. But I hope you don't take it too aggressively. Like I just kind of dumped my ideas, and I was like, maybe H3 would be a cool reference. So
yeah, exactly, and that was brought up in that message, and then I of course clicked on it and listened to a little bit of it just to get a feel for it. So what are your feelings about the show? What do you think about it? Like, tell us more about that show overall, because I only listened to a little bit, so I don't have a total feel for it.
I can't really tell you much, but they started off as like him and his wife doing goofy stuff like, Base Nation, where like Ethan, the main guy there on H2 podcast, used to like get all canned up, smoke vapes, and they would do just silly skits like that. But then out through that, they went on to having a podcast. They interviewed like Coach Malone. They've interviewed like big people,
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, huge. Yes, and it was Donald Trump. But it's just like really funny. They're just quite an example.
Okay, awesome. No,
I check it out, but I can't really say much because again,
it's all good.
Hard to, yeah.
But yeah, no, I'll look into it a little more in depth. I just had a few minutes with it the other day as I was just,
totally.
going over some things, trying to get a few things organized, which is always like story of my life and probably everybody else's,
Definitely. Well, I mean, again, much love, and I'll be here until the show ends. So
okay.
I'll talk to you soon, hopefully next week.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for calling,
okay.
And have a good one. See ya. Okay, there's Kitty calling in, checking in. And we were talking a little bit about, the show and what it is and the future of it and what's going on and all that good stuff, So, how about somebody make a sign? Anybody want to make a sign for the show? Okay, going back to the chat for a second here and saying New York versus Florida. To be honest, they're like both so bad. Okay. Now there's the H3 podcast is being talked about in the chat. And like I said, I only know like a little bit of what that is. So I don't know if more people know all about it. It says, hee, what do you guys even have in Nebraska at this point with peace and love? I hear you. And Nebraska's kind of got like one of everything, and then that's about it. Chat's saying, oh my God, 2 people have showed up to my... Oh, we already just read about that. Sorry about that. There you go. I think I've read all of those already. All right, well, we'll just start here then. And before that phone call came in, I was still being asked, what's your favorite person so far this year? And I don't know. I think I need like a little bit of clarify that question a little bit for me. Chet saying, I need the engagement story truthfully. We're going to have to remind New York Guy to tell that story about his grandma getting engaged next week. Love you for your patience and love with us. Thank you very much. Used car prices are up over 25% this year, like most consumer items. Chet's saying, Alabama, here we go. Yeah, what was going on with that? Call Alabama for a reason. And then someone sent a rose. Thank you very much. Bro, can you pick me up? I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah. Just let me know where you are. I'll be there in 5 minutes. And then Gabe is shouting out Kitty Diesel. And then the chat saying, do you know what BOFA is? Again, I don't know. I just don't know. Call me and tell me. Chet's asking, do you ever pick up rides during the show? And I never have. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll get weird some night. The problem is, can I run the live and run the Uber app? I just don't even know. I feel like the two would conflict with each other a little bit. The best part of a fillet of fish is the tartar sauce. You're probably right. And then chat's saying, South Florida is another borough of New York. Is that true? I just didn't know. All right, the phone line is open, 402-853-8436. This is the Drive-By Night Show. We're a 3-hour call-in talk show every Thursday on TikTok. This is hour number 2 of 3. If you're interested in past episodes, this is number 22. You can go to YouTube at All the Rides, or you can just go to your favorite podcast provider, simply type in Drive By Night Show, and this thing will come up. In the meantime, we've got New York on the line. Drive By Night Show, how are you?
Oh, nice. I just came for your TikTok live.
Yeah, what's going on tonight?
Nothing much. I'm laying down.
Okay, laying down. Did you have a busy day?
Yes.
What did you do?
I was outside all day.
Oh, geez. Yeah, sometimes, being outside, I think it's breathing in all that fresh air. It just kind of wears you out.
I'm cold.
It's cold. How cold is it where you were today?
I think it's like 60 or 50 something.
It was 99 degrees where I am today. And so the East Coast has got a little cold spell going on.
Yeah.
That sounds not too bad, honestly. Now, do you have big plans for the weekend?
Oh, yeah.
What do you got?
I'm going to my cousin's house.
Okay. Well, that sounds pretty fun.
I'm going to play some games.
Like video games?
Like, I don't really play video games like that. But I'll definitely take his headset.
Oh, okay. As long as he doesn't mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a good time. How often do you go to your cousins?
Not really much.
I got you. So it's kind of a rare thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. I think you're going to have a good weekend then.
All right, sir.
All right. Well,
See you later.
yeah, thanks for calling.
All right.
Bye-bye. Okay. And call from New York, checking in, and lots of fun. There you go. Okay, chat's saying 5 viewers, we need help. You know, it always says garbage like that. I swear it's more though. But maybe it is, because where did that call just come from? And then there was somebody from Wyoming calling in concurrently while I was on that call. So and now you're getting called out. It says, have you guys ever called in? I have never called in, no. And then good weekend vibes. That me. There you go. There you go. Now we got Wyoming on the line. Drive By Night Show. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right tonight. What's going on?
Not much.
Cool.
Lots of lives.
Oh, that's all good. What happens in Wyoming?
Nothing at all. It's really boring.
Now, have you lived there your whole life?
No.
Where else have you lived?
I used to live in Chicago.
Oh my goodness! So you moved from Chicago to Wyoming, and it's just a huge difference, isn't it?
Yes, it's different.
Do you ever go to like Denver? Is that like the closest city?
No. Cheyenne is one of the closest ones.
Yeah, but there's nothing going on in Cheyenne. I've been there.
Yeah.
That's like a small town. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's all remote.
It's all remote, exactly. So I don't know, but Denver's pretty fun. That's not too far away if you're fairly close to Cheyenne. But there's really just nothing else out there, honestly.
Yeah, really. It gets so boring.
Now, did like your folks make you move there from Chicago?
Yeah, my dad got a job here, and that's like the main reason why we moved here.
Yeah, sure. Now, does he like it there, or is it just like the job is good, so I couldn't pass it up?
Yeah, he loves it.
Oh.
And
Okay.
yeah.
So, are you planning your escape someday?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so you're not going to live in Wyoming until you're 80 years old.
I hope not.
Okay. Well, no, you don't have to, but yeah, just to get to a certain place where you could get out of there and find some cool place to go. It's a big world, but yeah. I mean, do you ever go like are there any mountains nearby?
Yeah, there's lots.
Okay. I suppose it's pretty. It's pretty country.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
It's kind of cold though.
Oh, it gets.
A lot of wind.
Yeah, no, you're right. It does get really cold there. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Well, right on. Well, thank you so much for calling tonight.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
We'll see you. Okay, there was a caller from Wyoming, and that was kind of fun. There you go. And it's like, do you want to live in Wyoming your entire life? Chat is saying, why do you keep calling me Chad? I don't think anybody's calling you Chad. So, I don't know what's going on there. Some good stories. If I called in, the viewers would double. Well, call in and let's test that theory. Again, 5 viewers. Let's watch it go up to 10 after you call. Yeah, let's do watch it in. Nobody wants to live in Wyoming, says the chat. No, I think this is a TikTok thing right now, honestly, because it was like a couple weeks ago. I popped this live on, and it was going all over the place. It was huge. And then my views were really huge too. And then they added like this promotion icon to the things and whatnot. And I think they want you to pay money to spread this stuff out. So TikTok may not be the giant reach that it used to be, or maybe this is just kind of a ebb and flow flux time for them, and it'll eventually get back to what it was. But for the meantime, I think views are down for everybody, from what I can understand. We got Iowa on the line. Drive By Night Show. How are you?
Hey, bitch.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, fuck you, cuz.
Hey, what are you gonna do about it, Iowa? Well, first of all, you're gonna get blocked. So you want to talk about a border war with New York and New Jersey and South Florida and North Florida. Oh, Nebraska and Iowa have got that border war right there. So, you know, we can go acronyms for Iowa all day. You know, you got the old standard, idiots out wandering around. Then you've got the Nebraska one in Omaha without approval. And then you've got the worldwide one, Iowa. I owe the world an apology. So there you go, Iowa. Just take that and just go away somewhere, you know. Chat is saying, okay, you're saying chat, LOL. I thought you were calling me Chad. Oh, no, that's just me. I'm always just saying the chat. The chat. Is you what's your name is not Chad then? Iowa next. Yeah, we got rid of Iowa. And there you go. Ha ha ha, bye. Exactly. Iowa is, you know, forever blocked from this show. And as they say, Iowa, find a new show or get a new phone number. When does a joke become a dad joke? When it leaves and never comes back. That's pretty good. I actually like that quite a bit. All right, phone line is open, 402-853-8436. This is the Drive By Night Show. Thank you all for joining me, except for that person from Iowa. And if Iowa wants to redeem themselves, you know, I'm more than willing to take another call. But that's just kind of how it goes. It was painful from Iowa, you know. But that's okay. We'll just move on, and life continues. And here we are. But yeah, no, I tell you, it is sort of a thing where it does feel like the whole TikTok world has shrunk a little bit, and I don't know if that's because of the promotion thing or just algorithm changes, or, you know, it could just be the world's opening up again. I mean, we kind of got to look at it from the standpoint of the last, like, almost year and a half at this point. Well, maybe not quite, but year and 3-4 months. It's like everyone's just been sitting around at home, and now people are out doing stuff, and it's like TikTok is not going to be what it was. I don't think it'll ever go back to the height that it was during the pandemic. You know, the chat, not Chad, is saying hello from Colorado. Well, hello right back from you. So Nebraska and Colorado, I think Nebraskans for the most part have a good relationship with the state of Colorado, unlike the state of Iowa, which they don't care for at all. But most Nebraskans think of Colorado as like this grand utopia of mountains and beautiful vistas and nice cities, and, you know, so go ski snowing in the winter. So generally, I think there's good vibes from Nebraska to Colorado, but I'm not sure if it reciprocates the other way. And then, of course, people like to go to Colorado to pick up some recreational supplies and then drive across the border and immediately get stopped by the state patrol. But that's another story for another day. Phone line is open, 402-853-8436. Boy, we sure could use a gorilla man to bail us out here in this time, but nobody knows where they were. And then it was like somebody was leaving a comment on one of my videos today too that says they hadn't seen me or my live or my videos for a while either. So I don't know if stuff's getting like pushed down or hidden or not pushed. Chet saying everyone thinks of Colorado as a recreational state, in my opinion. I think so too. I totally agree with you. I'm looking at it from the standpoint as Nebraska being a border state with Colorado, whereas it's like that's where a lot of people from Nebraska like to go visit or on vacation or, you know, do all these sorts of things there that's not available here. So people from Nebraska think of Colorado in a very high regard. And there you go. Well, this is the Drive By Night Show. I think let's drive around a little bit. The sun has set, and let's just kind of get on the road and see if we can find something interesting to do or to look at. And if anybody wants to call me up while I'm doing that, you're more than welcome to. And looks like we got another call from Iowa. Let's see what's going on there. Drive By Night Show, how are you?
Oh my god, you can make me scream. Oh my god.
How's it going tonight?
Oh, it's pretty good.
Good.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah, oh my god.
What's
You gonna make me sing?
the what?
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
What's happening? Are you okay? Do you need help?
Yeah, somebody's hurting me.
I'm worried about you. Maybe you should call somebody besides me.
Sure, but why? I don't know if I want
What can I do? What can I do to help you?
Oh my god. Let's trap myself in the closet. Oh my god.
You tied yourself in the closet?
Yeah.
Okay.
She tied me in the closet.
Oh, somebody did. And then but you still have your phone.
Yeah.
You still have your phone with you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm scared to call 911.
So okay, you're scared to call 911. So you're like, you know what I should do? I should look for some help on TikTok, because TikTok knows. TikTok has like all of the answers, right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
okay. So then you found it. Now, can you get yourself loose? Can your hands or fingers touch any of? Is it rope you're tied in up with?
No, this is a tie.
Oh, it's a zip tie. Okay. So, like, are you tied to a chair, or what is it like have you against?
You just tied me up in the closet. I don't know what to do.
I see. Now, is there anybody else in the house that you can tell? Oh, there is somebody else in the house, it sounds like. I think they came back.
We're hanging up, man.
Oh my god, please.
That's your... Guess we'll just listen to this. I heard a dog bark. Is that true?
Yeah.
You should call for the dog. The dog might be able to help you.
Baby, I'm sorry.
Oh, you know the dog's name?
Yeah.
Oh.
It sucked me in the ass.
Well, the dog did. But is that before or after you were tied up? God. And then they hung up. I didn't hang up. I would have kept going with that. I didn't care. There you go. So there's... Okay. Are we keeping score tonight? That's Iowa 0. Iowa scored 0 points tonight. Oh, boy. And now we're getting bailed out here. I asked for it. And now... All right. Gorilla Man, do you hear what's going on when you're not helping me out on this show?
Well, I was calling for some help myself. See, I'm tied up. I'm tied up in the closet.
Okay. Who tied you up?
My grandma.
Your grandma. Well, your grandma, from what I understand, is not maybe she thought you were somebody else. Do you think she did it on purpose, or she was just scared?
I think she did it on purpose. I don't think you get that gorilla tape around your wrist 39 times on accident.
It's true. But does she forget that you're the only one that goes over there and helps her do things?
Man, I fed her good today. I let the charcoal her, and we had some fresh possum roadkill, and man, we had good today.
and then this is how she repaid you. This just doesn't make sense. But I'm glad, like the last caller, I found it convenient that the people that tie you up leave your cell phones with you. That's kind of considerate of them.
I got both hands tied to my ankles, but I was able to scroll through TikTok to find you.
Again, this is what anyone should do if they find themselves tied in a closet. They should look for me and call me rather than anyone else.
Yeah, and then be stupid and I mean, it's funny for a second.
I agree. It is funny for a second, but you know, it's hard to close those jokes, you know, because it's just like after a while, you got to be good at your craft, or you're gonna wear out pretty quick.
Well, and I love how you defuse the situation because you start asking questions, you start playing, I don't know, you're not really playing into it, but you kind of are.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, this guy, I don't even know what to do now, and then I got to say something stupid like, fuck me in the ass.
Well, yeah, or I think she said that the dog did that to her.
Oh, I didn't hit that part.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm out here in Dobbs country, and my cellular service is going in and out. But
no, it's probably a good thing that it was going in and out. Honestly, you know, so good.
Well, at least you didn't say anything about Candace.
It's true, because you know, at this point, that's about the most offensive thing that I know of.
But no one's been asking you if you like dragons. That's what I don't understand.
Well, no, I had one of those like a couple weeks ago, and I didn't get it either.
You don't get it? Well, I mean, it's super childish, but you said yes, person. Hey, do you like dragons? And if they're into that, oh yeah, I love dragons.
Yeah.
Well, good, because I'm gonna be dragging these balls across your face.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of like tapes and CDs.
Exactly. And that one I'm hip to. I've caught on to that one, you know. But the dragon one, I get it. I get it. Yeah. All right.
It's stupid. It's childish, but
you know, it's okay. I'm getting quite the education from doing this week by week.
Oh, I bet you're getting educated on everything.
It's true. So what's been going on with you?
Man, I've been working, doing my roadside service.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's all right. You like it?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty. It has its moments. Like the other day, or the other night anyway, I went and done this flat tire. Well, when I get there, there's a gentleman there. And I get it. They're paying for this service, whatever. So they had me come out and change your tire. After the guy loaded like 1,000 pounds of mulch from the car with the flat tire to the truck that had all four paired up. And I'm like, really? You could do that, but you didn't spend an ounce of energy like trying to figure out how to do this tire. And maybe he doesn't know how to. I get that too. We live in an age where I guess Daddy was there to save us. You know what I mean? Like, I'll come out and get your tire changed, son.
I do remember that.
I never had any of that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I learned how to do, you know, all of the basics. Like I can do all the basics of anything. Now, when it gets in depth, like my father was quite well at very, very handy person, and you know, I didn't learn as much as I could have because I was just kind of like, why don't you just do that and I'll go do something else, and you let me know when it's finished or if you need like a hand, you know. And now,
mine was the same way.
And now I've gotten older, and I'm like, God, why didn't I like just pay a little bit more attention?
Well, I think I wanted to learn.
Yeah.
But like helping my dad, like when he had, I guess he thought that I didn't need to be instructed. Like I was born with the innate sense of what a 3/8 is.
Right.
So when he was like, I need a 3/8 ratchet, I'm like, okay, well, this looks close. I don't know. What the fuck is it, you know?
Yeah.
That's not it. What are you, stupid? And I'm just like, oh, God, I'm going back inside.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then I was like, you just do this. I'll go do something else.
Yeah, especially if you're going to be hateful to me. I mean.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. That's the shit that I run into, and I'm just like, why? Why did you call me out here if you got an able body?
Right, exactly. Well, but you know, I guess that one way to look at it is you're on the clock. You're going to be there anyway. Where does it matter where you go? You know.
Very, very true. I mean, it didn't put me out. It was just a question that ran through my mind. I'm just like, wow, man.
Sure,
Wow.
sure. Well, it's amazing too. Like speaking of, you know, because I did that once on an Uber ride where I went to this like motel, and then I literally drove them across the street to a Perkins restaurant, like right across the street from the motel. And I don't know if they like literally had no idea it was right there because they were from out of town and just like, you know, said this is where I want to go. But it just felt like a complete waste of time and pretty silly once I dropped them off.
Yeah. Well, and here in Tulsa, when I done the Uber stuff, like right now until 2 o'clock, I spent most of my time just moving people from one bar to another bar. So it's literally one block over. And I'm just like, man, freaking walk.
It's true. And I guess to that point as well, there's like an area of the downtown that I live in. It's kind of separated into two parts. And it's about 5-6 blocks separating it, you know. And the number of rides that I would do between those two sections of downtown, it's just crazy. It takes you 5 minutes to walk that thing.
Yeah, I mean, you paid more.
Yeah.
You paid more on the ride than you would have on your bar tab. If you're just going into and getting a drink and then leaving.
It's true. And yeah, save that money for another drink. Like, don't waste it on a ride, you know.
Yeah, because I need you to throw up my ride now so I can get that cleanup money.
Yeah, so I can actually make some money off of this, you know. But I've always found that it's like, if I have, let's say I have a few drinks, and if I sit in the same place or I stay in the same place, you know, it all sort of kind of continues to make sense, and I never really like lose track of who I am or where I am. But it always seems like the second I walk out of someplace and I start walking down the street, that problems with my memory become a little hazy. And I'm not sure if I can prove this scientifically, but that's my feeling on it. Am I making any sense?
I kind of get that. Like, one night I love an ice cold beer. I like beer on ice.
Okay.
And I loaded up an ice chest, and I think we had, I don't know, 18 or 30 of them in there. I can't remember, but we drank quite a bit of them.
Yeah.
And I was seated the whole time, so I didn't feel as drunk. But when I had enough and I needed to go pee, I got up and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's weird. It all hits you, and I don't know if it's because your body just gets used to being in the same place for so long, so it's like this is fine. But then when you start to move, maybe it stresses your body out. That it's like, oh, we have to now like go run the 400-meter sprint in the Olympics, and it gets all stressed out or something. What's your beer of choice?
Oh man, we were just talking about this. My aunt was like, "I'll bring some of these microbrewery stuff," and I'm like, "Nah, I don't want none of that. Just give me a Bud Light or a Coors.
Okay.
I need to see them mountains." You know what I mean?
So I understand. You got to get a little silver bullet. Now, do you ever drink the Coors Banquet beer?
Oh man, yeah, I do that, and I do the High Life. I live a High Life every now and again.
I drink the High Life quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Champagne of beers.
I have for a lot of years, and you know, you just can't beat a 30-pack of that stuff for whatever $15. It's just crazy, you know.
Yeah, you could get some. I forgot what it's called. It's like Steel or something like that. It's like $3 for a 6-pack.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I'll splurge and do the $6 for a 6-pack for a good quality beer.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I graduated from Boone's Farm. So.
Well, that's a good thing, and we all need to graduate from Boone's. Before you're done with high school, I think you have to graduate from Boone's Farm.
Oh yeah. High school. We all, me and my buddies, we all worked at a same grocery store.
Yeah.
So we'd go in there and loot that place, and that's basically what. And we thought we were, king shit, sitting on the riverbank drinking at Boone's Farm, and we literally could have stole the NyQuil out of the grocery store and got just as drunk.
More, really?
Well, yeah, because I think Boone's Farm's only 3% alcohol.
It's not a lot, yeah.
By volume, and I think NyQuil's 2% alcohol by volume. So
yeah, but it's got to have some other funky stuff in it too that makes you hallucinate if you drink too much.
I had an uncle, a great uncle.
Yeah.
And yeah, he got drunk. He got drunk on mouthwash.
Man.
He was bad. He lived in a van.
Yeah, because it's a weird drunk too, because it's just not the same. And I think it's one of those things where it starts to starve oxygen from your brain.
I have no clue. I ain't never done it. I mean, I like my liver working where it's at.
Well, yeah, no, that's fair too. And if you just pour some Coors Light on it, it'll be just fine.
Yeah, I drink often, but no, I don't drink like a fish. Well, okay, when I do drink like a fish, but
yeah. Yeah.
It's on rare occasion. My cousin got married a few years back, his first marriage.
Okay.
And they had a bar, but it was an open bar if you're drinking the beer on tap.
Yeah.
And I was like, hell yeah. So I probably drank half of both those kegs. I had to.
8 gallons?
Huh? 8
gallons of beer?
I had one every time I slammed it. I was back in there. Them gals that were running that little bar, as soon as they saw me stagger through the door, they were like,
right.
So,
Here he is.
Yeah.
And what kind of shape were you in at the end of that night?
Oh man, I was fucked.
I bet you were.
I stole the groom's cake. They got married in some old, I don't know, it was an old post office that was a historical landmark.
Yeah.
But it had 18, it was built in this old, it looked like some Greek building, like the Parthenon or some junk. But it had 1 billion little stairs that were 4 inches wide. And somehow, I left out of there with 2 cups of beer, that damn groom's cake, and me being just blitzed out of my mind. I didn't drop the cake and didn't fall down.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the hell I did that, but
I think at that point, it's just motor skills. Your body's just on autopilot, and you just do it without, because you're not thinking about it.
I was impressed.
You probably, and I know you didn't, but you probably could have just driven yourself home fine as well.
Oh no, I didn't do that.
I know you did. I
was in the passenger seat, and my wife was driving, and she was following my cousin. She was driving like a bat out of hell, and the traffic was backed up. So the wife, it was like she hit the gas and she slammed on the brake and hit the gas. I was laying down in the passenger seat, and I was getting rocked really hard.
Yeah.
So as soon as we got where we were going, I get out of the car and I walk 10 feet away, and I'm in the yard at my uncle's house, and I throw up everywhere. Everything that I consumed that night, it was coming up.
Oh yeah, in the lawn.
Oh yeah. My uncle, he's not my uncle now, but because my aunt got divorced from him. But anyway, he's a douche. He's a douche nugget anyway.
He's not family.
Yeah, well, the next morning, he was bitching about whoever threw up in the fucking grass.
Yeah.
And his little bitch ass was out there with the water hose, diluting it, watering it down. And I was just like, man.
Yeah. I love
That's me. That's me.
But you never told him. You just.
Oh, he knew. He knew. Because I walked in the kitchen after having this fit in the yard.
Yeah.
And I walked in the kitchen, and I just heard, I didn't know how I looked. I didn't know if I got any on me or not. But when I walked in the kitchen, I heard, and I was like, okay, I'm taking it off. I went back outside and just stripped out, butt-ass naked, and got to my room. So everybody got a good shot at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun, you know. Are you still in that? Well, I mean, the pandemic's been weird, I guess, but I got to a point in life when I quit going to weddings because I wasn't invited to them anymore, because my age range grew out of that time period where they were getting married. Do you feel like you're still in that or getting out of it?
I must be getting out of it because I wasn't invited to his second wedding.
Oh. Well, maybe that was an isolated incident, though, because they didn't want you drinking all that beer again.
Yeah, and I didn't get invited to the girl cousin's wedding, which I really don't like her anyway. But
okay, but still, it's like, you know, you got to invite you, right?
Yeah, they got to invite me.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna go.
They didn't, man. I probably won't go to any more weddings, not because there's any one reason. It's just, man, they're boring.
They suck.
I was in this one, so I had to go.
Yeah, I understand. They're all kind of the same though. After a while,
it's like graduation.
Yeah.
Like I fucking loathe graduations. When someone says, "Oh, our baby got graduation Saturday. Do you want to come?" I'm like, "Hell no, hell no. I don't want to come for one person and hear 800 other names."
Isn't that the truth? It's like they need to make a schedule where it's like, well, this person's name is going to be read between 4:00 and 4:05, something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's just crazy. You go to those stupid things, you load up, and then you gotta listen to these strangers give a speech about nothing that pertains to you at all. Nobody wants to hear it, and then you're right. And then one person after another walking across that stage, you don't know any of them are.
Well, and on my graduation, I was homeschooled.
Okay.
So
how many people in your how many people were in your graduating class then?
Oh, it was me and my sister.
Okay, 2.
Yeah. But I was sleeping with the teacher too, so.
Oh. I don't know about all that.
Well,
Okay.
it happened, buddy.
Okay. All right.
Look at that. There's videos.
Okay. I'm afraid to look that up.
Yeah. Look up Mom Cream Pie.
Oh no.
No, that's bad. That's bad.
It is bad. No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
I actually graduated with 1,200 other students. I didn't want to go.
Did you?
Oh yeah, my school was huge, man.
In your grade, because I went to a rather large one, and there were 650 in my grade. And, I thought that was a lot because it was like I saw people walking by the stage and I'm like, I don't know who the hell that person is.
Yeah, there was people there that I didn't know even existed.
Right. It's kind of crazy.
Like, I seen him and I was like, man, if I would have ever caught him in the bathroom, I would have swallowed his ass just for looking like that.
It's true. So he's lucky you never ran into him in the hallways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, man, it took 4 hours of them calling names
to
get through those 1,200. Yeah, it was horrible.
That's horrible. Now my last name falls towards the end of the alphabet, so it's kind of been it's been one of those things my whole life where it's like I'm always last, because it's just like just takes forever to get through all those names. So if it's something like that, I don't even need to show up until a few hours in because I'm getting called like right at the end.
Yeah, yeah. Well, mine starts with a D.
Oh, so you're up at the front, closest.
Yeah, pretty much. But it still took like an hour for them. And after they said my name, I was like, let's get the hell out of here.
No doubt. There's no reason to hang around there. There's no party going on at a high school graduation.
Oh,
somewhere there is, but not in there.
They had this damn, like, I forgot what it's called, but it was a walk-in.
Yeah.
And we went to that, and there was, like, big ticket items, like they're giving away, like, a couple grand in cash, and then, like, some computers and TVs and stuff. But the stipulation is you had to do this walk-in, and they unlocked the door at, like, 7 a.m., but you had to be there all freaking night to get your shit. And you're guaranteed to win something.
Okay.
So I stayed all freaking night hoping to God that I'd get a computer,
yeah,
a TV at the very least. $1,000 would have been nice. $2,000 would have been no. This is before I learned about the diapering at the camp. Yeah, but I created that. So anyway, I stayed there all freaking night, and when it was time to cash out and leave, I won like $10 worth of tokens to a freaking car wash that I still have not found in the town that I live in.
Do you still have the tokens?
I threw them away like a couple of years ago.
Good. But you held on to those for a little while.
Well, it was kind of like one of them things. Like if I ever find that damn car wash,
you're using it. You're using those tokens.
I've got a couple car washes here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I never found the damn thing.
What do you remember the name of this mythical car wash?
Dazzle and Shine.
Devil and Shine.
Dazzle.
Oh, I kind of like Devil better, but Dazzle.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
I'd probably go to that car. Devil and Shine. Okay, so Dazzle and Shine, and you scoured the city. You went around every corner, every block, looking for this thing, and it doesn't exist.
Yeah. I have failed yet. I started thinking maybe it was tokens to like the one gay bar in town. Because that sounds like something there, like Dazzle and Shine.
Yes, and I who knows? What do you think they were trying to give you at that thing? I mean, that could have been like a car wash, maybe in Florida or something.
Well, it could have been. The shitty thing is, I didn't even have a car at that time.
Oh, so
yeah, I grew up poor, man.
Now
I used mom's car,
Yeah, I understand. Now, did anybody else? Certainly, there would have been other people waiting around all night for a prize. Did anybody get anything worth of crap?
Yes, they did. But it was turns out it was all the popular kids that got the good shit.
Yeah, works that way, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. That sounds like a bum deal, and it's too bad. Hopefully, it was sort of fun hanging around there all night.
It was fun for a couple hours, but I think we got out of the graduation at like 8 or 9 o'clock, and then it was in a joint building to where we were having our graduation at.
Okay.
So we walked through a double door, and they closed it behind us and locked it, and it was like, wow, man, we've been here for quite some damn time.
Sure. It's kind of fun. I've been locked in a couple places like that, and it's kind of fun. Somebody locked me in my closet the other week and tied me up, and that was kind of fun too. Yeah.
They put you in there with the dog and peanut butter.
It's true. That's it. I didn't even have my phone to TikTok on though.
Man, you could have called another TikTok creator and been like, "So, you put that in your notebook and call 911."
I could. Somebody showed me this show on here where there's a guy, I can't remember what it's called. I'd even plug him if I could remember, but I just can't. And he does like a call-in thing, like an advice thing every Friday night. Weird hours though. He does it from 4 in the morning until 10 in the morning.
What?
Yeah, like on Fridays, maybe Saturday at that point. I don't know. But and I'm like, okay, cool. So I watched a couple minutes of it. I was up one night Friday kind of late. And, yeah, he's just, like, giving advice to people.
Was it any good advice?
No, it's called something motel. Something motel. Now, if anybody knows what the hell I'm talking about. But that was the only other thing that I could find on here where someone's taking phone calls.
Well, I'll tell you this much, man. I watch more TikToks than I probably should.
You and me both. You and me both.
I'll admit that right now. And sometimes I run across somebody doing lives, and like I'll watch maybe 4 or 5 minutes of it, and I'm just like, why are you even on here?
It's boring.
And how the hell are you getting like 600 viewers when the guy that I watch on Thursday night can't even get over 60 or 70?
I think that was my max like a few weeks ago or something. Like it went hard for a few minutes, you know. But it's like a weird number because like right now it's hovering between like 10 and 9, 8, blah blah blah. But then it'll do that, and then I'll have like, you know, 5 phone calls like in that time, and I'm like, there's no way that half the people are calling that are watching.
Well, and I don't understand why, like if they watch regular enough, they'll know that you don't answer no phone calls during a call.
Yeah.
So they sit there and they just boil it up, and then in the chat they're like, oh, I want to continue calling until he answers.
You should hear those voicemails later on when I review them. Oh, they're beautiful.
Are they?
No, they're horrible. I can't play most of them because they go to like really poor, obvious places, you know.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah.
They're just trash.
Yeah, no, they're not good. They're not good at all. But you know, I could at some point just have a whole show of bad voicemails, just playing.
Well, you ought to do some TikToks and bleep it out, and
it's not a bad idea, really. It's content, and yeah, I should look into it a little bit more because I've deleted so many of them. I've saved a few of them just because they were just so ridiculous. But the majority of them I'm just tired, so I just delete them.
Yeah, I get you, man. I mean, you're brave. You're a lot braver than I'd ever be.
I don't know.
'Cause I wouldn't want my phone blowing. I mean, I'm sure you get like, it's Tuesday night, and somebody's like, hey man, I really need to talk right now.
It rings a lot, but I mean, after this show, I just turn it off.
Yeah.
Because I don't need this phone.
You have to.
But I literally don't use this phone for anything else except 3 hours every Thursday, and that's it. And I pay a monthly phone bill to use this thing 3 hours a week.
How much is your phone bill?
It's like $15. It's like $15. Because I've just got you know, unlimited calls and text, and like that's it.
Oh, is it like a straight talk phone?
No, I mean it's through like some dumb third party thing though, but it's about as cheap as you can get for unlimited minutes.
Well, hell yeah, I mean, you got to, because I mean you got the phone that you obviously use to text the girlfriend and call mom. And
but that's what I live stream on. I live stream on that phone.
Okay.
You know, and then just take the calls on the dummy phone.
Yeah, I got you, baby.
Yeah. It's a pretty slick setup, really.
Yeah. I mean, I would do it if I was interested. If I could make a show interesting enough.
I think your show would do all right. But you know, hello, Gorilla Man. We lost Gorilla Man for a second. The number's still moving through on the thing, so I'm just gonna stay on the line.
I'm right here.
Oh, there he is. What happened?
My damn phone's like, oh, I'm retarded.
Okay, you need to get one of these $15 phones like I do.
I pay like $160 a month on this son of a bitch, and you don't ever go into a resume call.
It works surprisingly okay. I'm kind of blown away by it myself, honestly.
It sounds good. I mean, I don't feel like I'm talking to a damn coffee can, you know.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, and I think some of that has to do with the system through my car, though, since I've got it through the Bluetooth, you know. So I think that's I think that's what's facilitating how I sound and how you sound more than the phone is itself.
I got you.
You know.
But do you think I'd be good enough to get my $3 a week off TikTok?
you would. The problem is though, you've got I don't even know if I've ever looked at your profile. Do you have any videos on your thing?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely.
I built that account actually just to be a troll, but I haven't trolled on it. I haven't trolled on anybody because I ain't seen anything on there that I'm just appalled by.
Yeah, me either. Like, who gives a crap? But yeah, no. The problem is you got to get 1,000 followers first before you can go live and take phone calls.
Yeah, I think I got like 10. So I'm way down. And these are people like, okay, our boy Dalton.
Yeah.
I followed him to get him where he needed to be.
He got there.
Yeah. Good.
I saw he was live today. I didn't have a chance to check in on it, but he was on there. So I think he was like 1,004 followers or something today.
Man.
I know.
But yeah, I followed him, and then of course I followed the wife. But then, man, like I got some half-naked chick thing on there that followed, and I'm like, who the hell are you?
Yeah. Maybe you should find out.
No, I don't.
I mean,
that's a conversation I'm not willing to have.
It's true. Well, chance.
The old lady, be like, who the hell this bitch?
It's true. Chances are, speaking of your OnlyFans, a lot of times those like little profiles will just be like links to an OnlyFans account. You know.
Oh man. Yeah. TikTok is universal for everything. Get you in trouble, get you a laugh.
It's true.
Everything in between.
It's got everything. It's kind of amazing to me, really.
Now, if you guys want to get me up to 1,000 followers,
okay,
I'll start an OnlyFans, and I'll show you my bat wing.
Okay, Gorilla Man is sending it out there. Or I think you're Gorilla Guy on your profile, right? Do you prefer Gorilla Guy or Gorilla Man?
I think Gorilla Guy's got a better ring to it, but I'll answer to whatever.
Because for whatever reason, I saved your number as Gorilla Man. And
yeah, you've called me Gorilla Man since the beginning.
Here we go. Let's see if I can fix it. It says I can view, contact. Oh boy, edit. Here we go. And now, because if it keeps popping up Gorilla Man, I'll just keep saying that. Now I've changed it to Gorilla Guy, and next time you call, that's what I'm going to say.
Well, hell yeah. We got to fix it now.
Look at that. It's good stuff.
Absolutely. But, man, what have you been up to? I watched a little bit last week, got lost in the car stuff, and fell asleep.
What happened last week?
Oh, I don't know. Somebody, I think it was New York or Florida, or I think maybe you had both of them.
Yeah.
Talking miles on end about their car, and I was just like, I was beat.
Yeah.
I was beat anyway. I got home late and was like half falling asleep. So when they started, I'm really like to sing to my wax phone, and hold on. This really gets it's a Poussey magnet. A Poussey magnet, and I just like.
It's okay. That one I think was over a few weeks ago. They actually did that again tonight earlier in the show.
Did the conference call?
We had a conference call earlier in the show. Now last week's show I thought was pretty ridiculous. Last week's show had some good, like we had a kid who called in and said he threw a water balloon at a car and ended up going to jail for 6 months for it.
Oh, Lord.
And then another kid who shot himself in the hand by accident, and he had a scar that looked like a lightning bolt, like on his thumb from it.
Oh my God, Harry Potter.
Serious. I told him he should get like a tattoo of like a revolver, like shooting out a lightning bolt, like on his hand.
Wow.
In remembrance of what happened, but he didn't seem to think that was.
I think he'd remember that pain, like, wow, I took a gunshot to the hand. That really hurt.
It is, and when I asked him too, like if people knew what it was or if he ever showed it to anybody, but he says nobody knows what it is. He says it just looks like a lightning bolt.
Oh wow!
So I was like,
I must have missed all this. This must have been after I fell asleep.
So it wasn't a bad show last week. I felt like it was a good one. It was really random because I didn't you didn't call, and I didn't have like a lot of regular type people call in, so it was just sort of like all up in the air and for grabs, and it went off the rails too. Don't get me wrong, a couple times, but overall I thought it was pretty decent.
I didn't mean it in a bad way, like I fell asleep. I was just talking.
Oh no, I get it. I get it. You just listen to people talk. Like this is something easier to do. Like if you're like at a job or something, it's like you just listen to it. And
well, in a couple weeks, I'll be listening. Maybe I can call in between calls and
yeah, totally.
We can chat it up. I'll talk to you about what I know about cars.
Okay,
there's a gas pedal and it goes through.
It's true. It's about what I know as well. And I put a key in it, and I turn the key, and then every few days or something, a light goes on and tells me I need to put more gas in it.
Oh yeah, well, mine every few days a light goes on and I got to put oil in it. So.
Well, that's not good. That's
gonna be good.
I know. You don't want to get to that place. I did have a car years ago that burned so much oil when I drove it that I literally would have to, it was just awful. I'd have to put quarts of oil in it all week long, or otherwise it would just run out.
I had one like that too. Wouldn't smoke or anything, so I don't know where the hell it was using.
No, mine really didn't either. But man, would it just eat it almost? It's like it was drinking.
And if I didn't check it every time I put gas in it, I was like, I'll get by this one time, and then you put gas in it that second time, and you check, you're like, holy shit, my birth certificate's dry.
It's true, and that particular car I ended up getting on the interstate too, like one of those times where I was like, I don't have time, I'll check this later. It'll work. And the freaking engine just seized up right on the interstate. It was done.
Lord.
It was done. And that's a weird thing. If you've never been in a car when the engine literally runs into itself and will not turn anymore, it was kind of a weird sound.
Oh, man.
I knew it. I knew it right when it did it. I was like, yep, I'm out of oil.
I ended up becoming an adult
right
during the time that I had that car, so I had some extra money, so I ended up getting a brand new car, and I had that one. It was a Jeep. It was a '98 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I had it in my apartment complex. I had it parked in the back, and one of my nosy neighbors came up to knock on my door and was like, "Hey, you got a tow in 24 hours if you don't move that car." And I was like, oh shit. So called up a buddy of mine and I was like, well, you can have it. I'll give it to you. Just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So I don't have that problem to deal with. Anyway, he came and got it. He's still driving that son of a bitch and still putting oil in it every other fill up too. So
that's crazy though. There it is. It's still alive. Wow, nuts.
And I'll never underestimate a straight six ever again.
There you go. Lesson learned.
Yeah, I want another one now.
Okay, I like it.
One that I can go mudding in.
Yeah, yes, of course.
Because we hillbillies, we like our roadkill and our mudding.
Yeah, you guys from Oklahoma. I hear these things about y'all.
Y'all.
Y'all, give me a break, right? That's not even does anybody in the great state of Oklahoma throw out the y'all?
Y'all, yeah.
Is it common?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right,
and yonder, over yonder.
Right.
Yeah, over yonder.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. I didn't know if perhaps you weren't quite south enough for that type of stuff.
Oh yeah, I think we're pretty far south. I mean, we're not like, you know, the Blues and the Grays south, but
Yeah, exactly.
we might actually have been if we were.
Yeah, state.
I can't remember if we had damn people in this. I know Oklahoma was given to the Indians and the black folk when they all.
No, there were people, but what year did Oklahoma become a state?
1907, I think.
You were late. Oklahoma was kind of a late one at that point.
Well, really, how it happened is when we were running Native Americans off,
yeah,
and all this stuff. They settlers had come through here. Some white settlers had stayed, but settlers had come through here, and they just knew that this place, it was hot. It was. I mean, we have.
Yeah.
Mountains down south. I think we got mountains in the north because we're close to Colorado, so I'm sure it runs through there too on the western side. But we also have desert. We have everything. Like we have plateaus, we have the desert, we have the mountain region. We have everything here. I mean, it gets super fucking hot in the summertime, super cold in the wintertime. Yeah. So the people then didn't like it here.
Right. No, I understand.
And so when they ran the Indians from the west coast to when they ran the Indians from the east coast to the west coast, then they found that, oh my God, there's gold in them there hills. We got to pick this shit back. We can't have this Indian out here in the middle of this causing shit while we're trying to dig up everything looking for this gold shit.
Yeah.
So then they started running them out of there. Well, then they ran them out of Canada. Then. And then they finally said, you know what, Oklahoma's trash. We need to stick them there. We need to stick them right there. Then they gave it all to the tribe people. They gave it to the Indians, and I don't know if you know anything about any of this stuff, but the Osage held on to their land. They held on to their mineral rights and stuff. And then when oil got big, that's when the white man wanted that shit too. The Indians are gonna make them pay for it. So we have lots of rich Native Americans.
Right.
But then they also have like I don't know, they're like some of the mentally challenged people that we have today that have somebody who's over their finances and stuff, and they give them allowances and shit.
Yeah.
So the Indians were deemed unfit to control their own financial destinations. So they were given, I forgot what the word is, but they were given white people to control their money. So once a month they'd come to these rich Indians' houses and give them allowances, and then the Indian would say, hey, I need a new house, I need a new car, whatever, so I need X amount of money, and then they'd have to like submit it in writing, and then more white people would think about it. Well, anyway,
crazy.
That's how they got that. There's a book that goes into a little bit more detail. It's Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
If you give two shits, read that.
I understand. They're filming that movie right now in Oklahoma.
Yes. They've been to the little town that my grandmother lived in.
Yeah. No, I saw some footage. I couldn't remember the name of the town, but I saw that they were actually like right now, like as we speak, making that movie. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
And
we got big names in here right now.
You got Leonardo DiCaprio, I believe, is
DiCaprio.
is in your state right now.
Like a flying check. And then Robert De Niro, man.
Yeah, he's back, and fresh off his role in Rocky and Bullwinkle, and he's making a comeback.
Yeah. I love him in Goodfellas.
Jimmy Conway is who he plays in. Is it Jimmy Conway? Yeah, I think so, something like that. And you think Goodfellas is his best role?
Oh man, I love Goodfellas. And there's Casino.
Yeah.
Casino and Goodfellas, like it's the same kind of vibe. Like
yeah, they have similar tones to them.
Oh man, well there's another one.
And I think it's the fact that they got De Niro and Joe Pesci in both of them.
Oh man, yeah. Joe Pesci, man. Yeah. I like that. See, I don't know how Joe Pesci goes from being like this monster guy, and then all of a sudden he's in My Cousin Vinny.
Right. No, he's got a lot of range. You remember him from the Lethal Weapons as
Oh,
well.
well,
You know, so
right in there.
yeah, so he's funny. He's a really funny guy, but he can be very scary if he wants to be. I went to an Italian restaurant in Hollywood called Marino's, and apparently that was Pesci's like spot and favorite place to go. So, and they had pictures of him all over the wall and signed and all this stuff and blah blah blah. And they were like, "Oh yeah, Mr. Pesci always sits here when he comes." So I ended up going there like a couple of times just to like, you know, yeah, maybe Joe Pesci will be in here some night, but I never saw him.
Was the food good?
It was. It wasn't like I was just going there just to, you know, the food was excellent. It's just great Italian food, you know, like old school.
If an Italian will eat there, then it must be amazing.
And that's kind of like my rationale as well. It's like if Joe Pesci, out of all the places he can go to eat, he chooses this one as one of his favorites, then it's got to be good, and it really
be good.
Yeah,
got to be top of the line.
Yeah, so I don't know. A long time ago I went there. I'm sure it's still there, but I haven't been there in a long time.
Oh,
there you go.
Well, where's it at?
It was in Hollywood, Los Angeles.
Oh wow! See, I ain't going out there at all. Never.
right on.
No, I don't want. There's weird people in the state that I'm in.
It's true. There's weird people. Watch some of my videos. There's weird people where I live too. But you're right. No, I lived there for a spell, and yeah, I saw some strange stuff. You know, that I've never really quite seen the likes of it anywhere else. It's kind of a wild place. There's a real underbelly and underground side to that town that if you kind of get away from, you know. There's some stuff you can find there that you don't really want to eventually do, you know.
Yeah. I was in what I thought was a pretty wholesome neighborhood. Like, you know, they're nice houses, the grass was perfect in all of the yards, all this stuff, nice cars, whatever. And then I saw that, I don't know if he was a kid or young adult, but either way, he was in that age group, or he was like a teenager, maybe he might be 20 years old, I don't know. But he was walking down the road. He had black cargo pants on and a white undershirt, like a wife beater type of shirt. He had half of his head pink, he dyed pink, his hair, and the other half was green. And he just looked really out of place. He was wearing a damn foxtail. He might have had ears on, I'm not sure, but I was just like, wow. I bet you someone's mom and dad's real proud.
Yeah, sure. Maybe he was going out for a job interview.
Maybe, man. I'd hired him right on the spot.
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to forget this encounter with this person, you know.
No, never.
Never
looking like that. It's mine. Oh man, I won't stop it right there. Never mind.
No worries.
Yeah, it was. I don't have kids, but Jesus Christ on crutches.
Yeah.
If my boy came out of his bedroom like, Dad, I'm gonna go for a walk.
It's true. Right?
Can you put my leash on? I'd be like, get your ass back to your room.
I love it. Right?
Dad, I want to express myself and show the world my true colors. No.
There you go.
No.
There you go.
Not in front of the neighbors, kid. Not in front of the neighbors.
Yeah. Well, right on. How are we doing tonight, Gorilla Guy? 50 minutes in.
Hey, man, I swallowed an hour for you.
You sure did, man. I thank you for it. I really do. Now I got like a bunch of I got 79 new chat messages to read.
Oh wow! Let's read them. Let's see what. Get this son of a bitch over here. He's bitching about the people with cars, and he's over here talking about nothing.
Well, I had 2 calls in a row from Iowa, and they both stunk. And then that second one was the one with that girl tied up with a dog or something. So the chat's saying obviously an Iowan. And then Tic Tac has all the answers because they were calling me for the answers about, you know, what they were doing. And then saying Iowa taking a big L. And I couldn't agree with that more.
What's a big L?
Well, I said Iowa's 0 and I will lose this today. So I think that's the big L. The problem is sometimes I read this chat like an hour after it happened. You know what I mean?
And you don't have any idea what's going. You're like, okay, I don't know what that means.
I have to remember at that point. Now they're saying someone help him. Where is? Oh, Jess. I think it's in reference to someone you may know. And then they're saying, do you just do calls for fun? That's what the chat is asking. Well, how would you answer that question?
As long as you're cool, man, we'll do calls for fun.
I couldn't agree with that more. And then I get a lot of these in the chat. It says, "What is this?" And I think they were probably typing that during that dog and closet phone call. Let's see here, and then it's a lot of people just talking at each other. And then, why does he like being insulted? That's what they're asking about me. Why do I like being insulted?
Do you like being insulted?
I don't care. I don't like it, but I don't care.
Do I need to bring my insult checker?
It's true. No, I don't know. But it's kind of just funny how it's phrased that way. Why does he like being insulted? And I never remember saying that I liked it.
It's not the fact that you like it, but I mean, it's content on your show. I mean, even if the goofy ass callers didn't call in and talk to you about Candace or dragons or tapes and CDs or being locked in the closet, then man, I mean, some nights you wouldn't have anybody calling in.
It's true, and yeah, sometimes that stuff is like when I go back and like look at some of the show at the end of the night, it's like some of that stuff that's so bonkers and ridiculous really is like the best like 2-minute soundbite out there, you know. So
well, it gets somebody in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure someone's scrolling right now, and they probably, like, right now, someone just scrolled across your live.
Say something. Say something like, I was caught in a closet with my dog, and my dog raped me because I was tied up.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I might get a reaction from that. Who knows?
Lord have mercy. Yeah, that's bizarre. But they got it out there.
It's true. Hey, we're
100
still
years from now, and you got this on YouTube or whatever, they'll be able to pull it up.
It's all
and
there.
They're like, what the hell?
It's all there. It's all the good, the bad, and the ugly. I have not edited or bleeped out one thing that's ever been said.
Mark.
You know.
Poor Mark with all his weirdo-ness that's going on when he has his phone.
It's true. Why does he like being insulted, I wonder?
He also likes wearing his girlfriend's panties and being beat with the whip. So,
hey, we're getting a little personal here. We're not supposed to talk about that on the air.
Oh man, well I'll text you about it then.
Okay, well I thought that's what we were doing, and then you went and kind of blew my cover here. You know, now it's out there.
I do the same thing. I like wearing the wife's panties and
I mean, you know,
going to work.
I'm just saying, if you don't mix things up in the bedroom, you don't get a little kink going, you don't get maybe a toy or two or something. you gotta shake it up. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself like, you know, having that sex that your parents had. Nobody wants to have that.
Oh, I've had plenty.
Parent type sex?
What's that?
I don't know. I just imagine it's boring. It's just to make kids, because I know that my parents only had sex maybe 5 times, and that was just to make 2 kids. So it was like, you know, they're not going to hit a home run every time, so they had to have sex 5 times in their 40-year marriage.
Man, that's sad.
Well, but my brain can't handle the fact that they actually did it more than that. That's what I'm trying to like lie to myself and say that's all that they did. You know.
Oh man, well that just like when your parents go, you'll just have to clean out their kink closet, you know?
It's true. I might find some things that I'm like, oh my. You know, there is always that worry. I'm sure everyone's got a thing or two that we don't want to just drop dead of a heart attack in the afternoon and have people go through all of our crap and be like, oh, okay, this is what was going on here, huh?
Oh, man. So like your last dying breath's going to be, clean my browser.
Exactly. Clean your browser or my drawer, or I don't know what's in some of these places or on here, and you know, it is one of those things. But yeah, I'm sure maybe you take preemptive measures for it if you feel yourself like maybe I got like a week left to live. Do you like just get rid of any of that type of evidence, or just say screw it at that point?
Man, I don't know, but I've always thought about like the people that are in that erotic, I forget how you say it, erotic.
Autoerotic asphyxiation?
That's it.
Yeah.
I've always thought about those, like, if I was into something like that, I would get dressed.
In a suit.
Something, and I would try if it got out of control, I tried my hardest to get it undone. But when I started noticing that I was blacking out and I wasn't going to make it,
right,
then I tried really hard to grab them pants and pull it up.
It's true, but see, I think what it is like, you know, it's sort of that gamble. But if you can't get to your predicated climax quick enough and you have to keep pushing it a little bit further to get there, that's when you start risking the chance of, well, am I going to make it, or am I going to black out before it gets there and then risk, you know, not breathing again.
Yeah,
But in that moment though, you might be like, it's kind of like the oil in your car. You're like, you know what? I can let this go a little bit longer. I'm going to be okay. And then next thing you know, your engine's seized up and you're not breathing ever again. And someone's going to have to find you in that state and position.
Yeah, that'd be horrible. That'd be horrible.
There's an amazing film with the late, great Robin Williams called The World's Greatest Dad. Have you ever heard of this?
Yeah. I've seen that movie, I believe.
Oh, okay. Well, he catches his son, or he finds his son in that way, and then he goes to, and the son was just this real loser, this real like prick and jerk to everybody. But he goes and like starts writing like these notes about how great his son was and that he loved listening to Bruce Hornsby in the Range, and it's just so absurd, you know. And so I don't know, I just thought of that movie for some reason.
And didn't he dress his son?
Oh yeah, no, he
so he wouldn't be caught with his ding-a-ling in his hand.
Yeah, he like faked all of it and tried to paint this picture of something his son wasn't even close to being, you know.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I think if I couldn't have done the dress thing, and at least get my pants up, I'd have like a light candle, really close on something.
There you go.
If I couldn't get it, I'd just kick the candle over, burn it down the house.
It's not bad. Like, well, let's say you strategically place that candle to where a place where if your body goes limp and slumps over because you've stopped breathing, that the rope, or we'll just assume it's a rope you're tying yourself up with, would fall then into the flame of the candle and then burn it through, and then you would fall, hopefully reviving you because you wouldn't no longer be suffocated. Would that maybe be a way to go about it?
I have no clue, because none of this sounds appealing to me at all. Like the orgasm feels great without being half dead to do it.
Yeah, I suppose, but I guess you'll never know until you don't try.
Then I'll never know, buddy.
That's
And
fine.
I'm not knocking anybody who likes this
No,
stuff.
me either. Me either.
If right now you're tied up and getting and listening to this,
Yeah.
I applaud you. But
I do too. Get your rocks off however you need to.
Yeah.
It's all good. But yeah, I'm with you though too. It's like, how better is it? Like I really need like some sort of quantification. Is it 10% better? 20%? I need like some sort of like number, to like there's a risk reward there at that point,
yeah, then I might try it.
If you tell me it's like 10,000% and you can like scientifically prove this, then I'm like, well, you know what? That might be worth the risk. But then at that point, maybe you find somebody in your life that you trust, and you'd be like, you know what? I want to try this. Will you be there when I try it? So if I start to like almost die, you can help me.
Well, I guess I'll be there for you, buddy.
I didn't know if that was me inviting you necessarily. I was just theorizing if you or I were to do this. I guess we could be each other's wingman, though.
Well, I'm going to do mine in the sleeping bag because I'm not at all comfortable with anybody watching.
But I gotta watch to know when you're about to die.
Oh man. Well, I guess if the bag quits shaking, then you need to check on me.
Okay, there you go. All right, that's good. This is good. We need sort of these like safe words.
Yeah, pineapple.
Exactly. It's like, did you say pineapple or did you quit shaking? I couldn't tell.
Oh Lord. Maybe I'll tie a bell around my wrist, like a cat bell.
That's not bad.
Okay.
Honestly. Yeah.
So yeah. when you hear the and it stops, then you need to check on me.
Well, what if I come check on you and it's too late?
I want you standing there.
Yeah.
I want you standing there behind me with a battle list. And as soon as you hear that cat bell quit ringing, just cut me down.
Just snap it, just like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and catch me because I don't want to hit the ground.
Well, we'll put like some pillows and cushions and whatever like on the ground, so wherever you fall, you'll be fine.
The little trampoline.
You want to fall on a little trampoline?
Have you seen those little trampolines? They got like like fitness stores and shit, and I'm always wondering what the hell is that for? Who the hell needs a 3-foot trampoline? This is it.
This is the reason. Now you know why they have those things for sale. They should just call them something different then. Just be honest about it.
The jerkoline.
That's what. I think you've found a bright future for yourself. Just because they've already got the prototype for it. You just make them
already.
You just call it something different.
I really thought when I first saw one of them that it was like a model. You know what I mean? Like, this one's trampoline's gonna look like.
Oh, I see, like a full size one that you would get in your backyard.
Yeah, because I mean, they have like little ones of tents to show you what those look like. So I was like, oh, maybe that's what that is. But no. Then you see some idiot jumping on them doing aerobics.
No, I know. I've seen it. I believe me, I was kind of felt the same way about it as you did. And then I may have seen somebody that I know personally exercising that way on one of those things, and I was like, oh, okay, now it makes sense, sort of. But hey.
Like, did they get a good sweat going?
Yeah. After a while, just like dancing on the thing and doing aerobics, like you said, and like a whole, workout from online. And after a while, it was doing some good. But it seems a little weird to me too, because you're just there and bouncing around on that thing.
The boing,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would think I need something a little bit more
Well, like it was in my mind when probably you and I think about a trampoline. We think about just jumping up and down on the thing like as forceful as we can.
Yeah.
And when I heard about people like exercising on a trampoline, that's what I thought they did. I thought they just literally just jumped up and down for an hour or something. And I said, I guess that could be a workout, you know. But then I saw it was a lot more involved in that. Like you said, just doing like aerobics on the thing, and you know, whatever. It's better than laying on the couch all day.
You know what's good exercise?
Yeah.
Being fat and having sex.
Oh. Okay.
I'm telling you. And ladies, if you haven't had sex with a fat guy, you really need to.
Okay. Well, this is all good information, I think.
I think so too. I'm saving lives.
You're educating at the same time as well.
Maybe the fatty don't need to go choke himself in the closet and die.
Maybe. But, you know, there's someone for everyone, is what I really believe.
Oh, I believe that
even the craziest person I've ever met in my life, I'm like, you know what? There's somebody for that person.
Yeah. And she's my mother, and she's looking too.
Okay.
She's the craziest person I know, and she's looking.
Okay. Well, you know what? There's someone out there. I guarantee it.
Well, I hope so. You need to quit calling me for stupid shit.
Well, I'm in that same boat, so I know it. My mom's not necessarily crazy, but she does call me for stupid shit.
Oh yeah, man. The last one I had was my mom probably lives about 15, 20 minutes away from me.
Yeah.
Ran all the way over there to turn on an electric breaker.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, how freaking hard is this? Well, I couldn't see it. It's literally right here in your face.
Yeah, no, I got it. One thing that I have to do is, I have to go change a light bulb, period. If a light bulb goes out, I got to change a light bulb. But the worst thing that I have to do is twice a year, I have to come over and change the clocks in her car and on her like alarm clock, like she does, or in her microwave. She doesn't know how to change any digital clock.
Oh, I do that with my grandmother.
Well, I do that with my mother.
I think the worst thing I done for mine was it was maybe a couple months after I got married, and of course, you know, I'm between jobs and living with mom, got a new wife, and we were laying in bed, and I hear her run down the hallway. Oh, we were still dating. We wasn't even married yet. Okay, I got corrected. My better half. But anyway, we hear her run down the hallway, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And she knocks, opens the door just wide enough to put her face in, and she's like, "Hey, I need you to help me with something." And I was like, "What? What?" She's like, "I need you to put batteries in something." And I was like, "What is it?"
Yeah.
And she fucking shoves this big vibrator in the room.
No.
And I was like, I can't put batteries in this. I was like, "You're gonna put batteries in that your damn self and get your nasty ass out of here."
Okay. Well, I'm
telling you.
There you go.
I'm telling you.
That is nuts.
You put batteries in for your mom?
No. That one has not been asked.
Well, I don't know how old your mother is, but mine's almost in her 60s, so it might be happening.
Oh, mine's in her 70s, so I don't know.
Oh wow, okay, so it's probably past that.
I hope so. I hope so.
You have no idea. You know, you don't know the embarrassment I felt laying there with my significant other and my mother. You know, I mean, but this is the shit she pulled. Hell, she ruined the damn baby shower and then turned around 3 years later and ruined that same kid's 3-year-old birthday party.
Yeah.
She's nuts. But if you need her number, I'll give it to you.
Okay, I'm good, but thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, are you sure? I mean, I wouldn't mind you being my stepdad.
All right, well, I mean, stranger things have happened, but for now, I'm probably, I'll think about it.
You think, hey, when are you going to get your significant other on the show with you at least once?
I don't know. She didn't get off work. She just got off work right about now.
Oh, well.
So she could pull up, I suppose, someday and just get in the car, but I guess we'll have to see.
Well, yeah.
I guess we'll have to see. It might be kind of fun. I don't know if she'd like it, but it might be kind of fun.
Well, I mean, she's going to get in front of 11 people.
Oh, it just went from 14 to 13 after you said that.
Oh, man. You son of a bitch. Get back on here.
I know. All right, I think I'm going to try and get caught up with this chat and get the heck out of here.
All right, buddy. Well, I'll talk to you some other time.
All right, man. Thanks for calling. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
We'll see you. Okay, there was Gorilla Guy, and that call just went in for a long time. And I'm trying to get caught up with the chat here. It's 10:35. Got 25 minutes left in the show. And chat's saying I'm calling right after him. Are you from Maine? Because that's who we got. Drive By Night Show. How are you?
I'm doing
What? Are you talking to me through a megaphone? The who? Yeah. I don't know what's going on there. All right. Chat's saying Leonardo DiPapi. Chat's saying he should be done soon. We're into the call. There you go. And maybe that calls on a bit. Chat's calling next from that. He went Dalton. We won Dalton. Well, here you go. Here he is. What's going on, Dalton?
What's up?
No, how are you today?
Good.
I saw you went live earlier.
Yes.
How did
for my first. Yes.
How did it go?
Live, but
What did you talk about?
nothing. I was fishing.
You were fishing. Oh, so you were throwing. What kind of bait do you use?
Worms.
Oh, just worms. Did you catch anything?
No, we can't catch actual fish. We catch gar. We fish for gar.
Well, what's that?
It's basically the shark of the freshwater.
So it's not an actual fish.
No, it has a long nose with razor sharp teeth all the way up.
Okay. And did you catch any of those?
No, I got some bites though.
Okay. And so you were doing that on your live stream, and you weren't saying anything. You were just.
I was doing the that's why you probably gotta did you get someone to like try to invite you?
Yeah.
That was me.
Okay. There you go. No, I saw that earlier. Yeah. So you were on live at that same time.
Yes.
Okay.
You should have allowed it.
I don't know what that does. What happens if I do that?
Basically, you'll see me and I'll see you. You can still see your chat. I'll still see mine, but I can't see your chat.
Okay. And then what? We talk with each other?
Yes. It's called a dual live.
What happens if the phone rings while the two of us are talking with each other?
You can answer. I can talk. You know. Is it the same? You use the same phone, right, for both?
No, they're two
Okay,
different phones.
Okay, it wouldn't do anything.
Okay, I was just curious. I didn't know like what. All right, well, I guess we can try it one of these weeks for sure.
Did you get that? Did you get that DM?
I did, and it takes a little bit for those to be printed, but you will have one within a couple of weeks. How's that?
All right.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll get one. Don't worry. I promise.
I'm just trying to figure out what I'm actually going to do for my life.
Okay.
I was bored and was fishing. I was like, let me pull out my phone.
Yeah, I mean, might as well if you can. But yeah, I mean, you should probably brainstorm and maybe come up with like a list of ideas of things to show on there, you know?
Yeah.
Just prepare a little bit, I guess, maybe.
Yep.
And it's always...
I might be doing a live all night tonight playing video games.
Okay, well, that sounds pretty good. That might work out.
Yeah.
Now, are people interacting with you in the comments while you're live? Or?
No, I don't. I haven't got very many people in my live.
Okay, all right. It takes some time, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you're about to wrap things up?
Yeah, I'm trying to read all the comments here. I got like over 100 of them. I kind of wanted to see what was being said down there before I...
Don't worry about it. It's just people trash talking each other.
Oh. Okay. Well, there's got to be more than just that.
No, like they're arguing. Like they were saying, for you to end that call because that call was forever.
Oh, it was very long. I agree.
And isn't it that long? It normally is that long when you talk to Gorilla Man.
Gorilla Man is, you know, he's just he's always has something to say.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, good thing you weren't live yesterday.
Why is that?
Because I would be talking out of my ass. I was drunk.
Oh, what were you drunk on?
Some Busch Light, some Bud Light, some what was it? I forgot what it was.
Any hard liquor?
Yeah,
tequila, whiskey.
Yes, tequila. And some red rum.
Red rum?
Yes.
Okay. We're taking shots of this or mixing it up in a drink?
Drink.
Okay, there you go. Well,
all right, I'm gonna let you go. I was
buddy.
calling to tell you that I got my live button.
All right, I'll look for you later. If you go live, I'll try and hop on and leave a couple comments or something. I'll do it whenever I see you up there one of these days.
All right.
All right, cool. Have a good night.
You know, the next goal, right, is to get
5,000.
No.
Oh.
Get partnered.
I think you got to get 10,000 to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But that's the next goal is try to get partnered.
Get some goals. Go get them.
All right, I'm gonna get off here and get playing my video game.
All right. Good luck. We'll see you.
All right. Bye.
Okay, that was Dalton. Dalton went live today. In case anybody was looking for that. Chat saying once again, I'm trying to reach you about your car insurance. Thank you so much. Okay, there's a lot going on in this chat. Jose just does not like anything that was going on in here. Let's see, we got Missouri on the line. Drive By Night Show, how are you?
I hear Richie Car's doing warranty.
Explain to me. I was, and then he just hung up. Okay, well, thank you very much for that. Chat saying, not what I want to hear about right now. My God, I've been wondering where my husband was, and there he is. Yeah, your husband was here for over an hour. Jose is saying, this show causes cancer. So enjoy that cancer, Jose. Let's see. We were driving home from Grandma's, and I've been home for an hour now wondering where he went. But how long has his call been with peace and love? It was a long time. Or just live with a doctor. Have them be ready to save your life. Okay, life. Change the times. Okay, I get it. I can only hope for autoerotic asphyxiation after this. Please leave Robin Williams out of this. Have you ever seen World's Greatest Dad, Jose? Trying to educate you, Jose. And Jose is saying, stay classy, bro. We could say the same thing about you, Jose. Let's see. Someone's saying, damn, they're late. Jose is just relentless, saying, next, get out of here. But Jose can't resist. Let's see. It says, this guy looks like David Frelberger. Don't know who that is, but I've never heard that. Thank you very much. Jose is saying, do you hear other people trying to call? Jesus. Guess what, Jose? My show. Jose saying, your mom can't change a digital clock? Really? Yeah, My mom's in her 70s, Jose. And I was saying, please gouge my eyes out. How about we gouge your ears out as well, Jose? And then you never have to hear my insipid voice ever again. Jose is saying, some chat awareness would behoove you, bro. Okay, I could just read Jose all night. He's saying, end it. Jose saying, dude. Saying, hang up. Saying, so much fun for catching up with the chat, bro. Okay, we got Kentucky coming up, and then we're going to get back to all Jose chat. Drive-By Night Show, how are you? Hello. Kentucky. Kentucky. Going once, Kentucky. Going twice. And there's no one there in Kentucky. Okay, back to all Jose chat. Alligator Gar, says Jose. And then Jose saying, peace, brother, to the gorilla guy. Okay, I've been wrong about Dalton. I admit it. Yeah, well, you're wrong about everything, Jose. Jose saying, gorilla guy, the man, the myth, the legend. Okay, maybe Jose's coming around. Then do it. Read the damn comments. What do you think I'm doing, Jose? Just saying I love Dalton. And Jose finally says, bye. And then he says LOA. Are we friends, Jose? Can you call in right now? I'll answer your call. And then you and I can talk about whatever you want to talk about. And it'll be a lot of fun. So, it's saying, everyone now is saying, LOA, you and the big O. I'm nearby. Jose is like the youngest child. And then it says, chat saying, who the F answers? Well, I answer. This is the Drive-By Night Show answers. Jose says, I'm here for you. That was Jake that said that. I don't know. Who's Jake? We got California on the line. Drive-By Night Show, how are you?
It's me, it's Jose.
What's up, man? You are all over that chat. How are you feeling?
I'm trying to help you, brother.
I understand. You know what? I know that call went an extremely long time. I get it. But, it was pretty slow before then. So it was like I felt like I had to fill a little air, if you know what I mean.
Hey, listen.
I'm listening.
I'm on your side, my man.
Okay.
I'm here for you. I'm here week after week.
Are you really?
But you got to take control, my friend. You got to take control.
Okay. I promise you I will. And I appreciate you calling. I appreciate you being here week after week. I really didn't know. Is this the first time that you've called?
No, I've called many, many times. It's the first time I've gotten through.
So you're saying not just tonight, but other weeks you've called and I've never answered your phone call.
It's not easy. I mean, you're a popular guy and people love you. I love you. That's why I keep coming back. People think I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. I love you, man.
Thank you. I love you too. I'm gonna save your number right now. Here we go. I'm creating contact, and you prefer just Jose?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. And I got you saved in there. I promise you. Next time it rings and I see that pop up, I don't care if I'm on the phone with a gorilla guy. I'm gonna hang up on him and I'm gonna answer your call.
Man, take my advice. There's a lot of people you need to be hanging up on.
It's fair, and it's like, you get on these calls sometimes and it's like, what do? Do you just be ruthless about it and just hang up on them and just say no?
Yes.
How do you do it?
Do it just like that. You say no and you hang up on them. It's easy, really.
But even if it's somebody that I like, I still get rid of them?
Yeah. Hey, there's a lot of people I like that I hang up on all the time.
It's true. I understand. It is a 3-hour show, though. I mean, I gotta, somehow get through this thing.
You gotta fill some time. But listen, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at 5 viewers, 6 viewers. It gets up to 11 viewers. I start to get excited.
Okay.
You're better than this.
I know I'm better than this, and I know those numbers aren't even accurate. I swear to God, because I get a report at the end of the night once the show's not live anymore, And it always says somewhere between like 3,000 and 6,000. So I don't know what that 12 and 11 and 8 up there is doing anyway, honestly.
I don't know where those numbers. That's probably people that like pop in, listen for 5 seconds, and then pop out. You know, they scroll.
But
they keep scrolling.
But wouldn't you think you'd see that thing go up a little bit higher and wouldn't hover around like that 8 to 12 though? If that were the case, like there's no way that it's like this like quick pop in, pop out 6,000 times for 3 hours, and that number never like, you know what I mean? So I just feel like it's skewed a little bit.
I'm not so sure, man. I mean, like I can't speak for TikTok, and I feel like people have a short attention span. So they scroll in, they hear what's going on, and in a few seconds they're out. You know, that's what I do when I scroll.
And that's fair.
You know, except when you come on, then I sit here for 3 hours just wishing you'd get on to the next caller.
I love it, man. Well, I'm here. I've moved on to you. I appreciate your call a lot. This has been very productive and helpful.
Talk about it, man.
I am talking about it, and thank you very much.
Listen, what you need to do is pay more attention to the chat, right? So while you're talking on the phone, and I get it, you're busy. Not that you're driving so much. You're busy. You need to keep an eyeball on the chat over there and see what people are talking about. When they start saying next, goodbye, you know, you got to kind of take that into consideration, I think.
Okay. I love it. You know the honest to God frustrating thing about the chat is that I can't just like I've got to save my place in it because I want to remember where I left off and then begin again. So if I scroll all the way down to the end and then if I have to come back up, then I can't find my place, and it's frustrating. So I feel like I need a better chat system, but I just don't know what that is exactly.
You know, maybe what you just like a wingman. You know, maybe you need like a, you know, like Ed McMahon sitting next to you.
I do need Ed McMahon. I agree, and you're right. Now, I'm trying to think like how, because I go live on here, so the chat like clearly it's like just on my phone, but it's in like the lower third of my phone. Would there be a way to see the chat, like let's say if I put like a laptop up or another phone that would just display the chat? Do you think there's a way to do that?
You know, I don't know. I don't know a lot about TikTok, but lately what I've been seeing is that people who are doing live have been able to bring in another person live.
It's true.
That they have next to them, kind of like a Stitch type thing. And I don't know how they do it because I don't know.
From what I understand though, is that person that they bring in will have their own live going, so they'll have their own like comment section in their particular live. It won't be linked to like the other person's comments.
Oh,
does that make sense?
Mean, I don't know. Maybe you kind of bill yourself as you know, you and your sidekick. You get both of your lives combined, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I still just don't know how that other person could read my comments though, because they're just linked to my phone and not to their phone. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, because they got it on. They're viewing it on a separate device.
No, but they'll get their own comment section because they're live on their phone. So the TikTok will set up a comment section for both of the lives. Does that make sense?
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah. That sounds good. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, but I'll still be behind on mine. Oh! Kitty's calling next on you, Jose.
I think you know there's a lot of potential with your show. I get a lot of people like this Kitty over here who thinks I'm a hater. I'm not a hater.
I know you're not.
I'm not a hater. I really am not. I'm trying to help, brother.
I know you're not, and I love that you called and explained yourself, and I think it's awesome. But everyone in the chat's saying, pack it up.
Pack it up? Okay.
I'm just joking.
Hey, what?
But what am I supposed to do?
People speak.
Well, all right, the people are speaking. But for real, I saved your number. Call back. I'll answer.
You're right. All right, I'll call you next time, brother.
All right, man. Take care. Thank you.
You keep it up, bro.
All right, we'll see you. Thanks, man. Okay, that was Jose. And I enjoyed that conversation a lot. And Jose was talking a lot in the chat, and I was talking a lot back at Jose in the chat. We came together, we broke some bread, and I think we're okay, and I hope that we're pals. I really do. I want to be pals with all of you. And now the chat's saying, on my For You page, what is this? I'm so glad it's on your For You page. Thank you. And that'll give me a time just to plug this real quick. This is the Drive By Night Show, 3-hour call-in talk show every Thursday on TikTok from 8 to 11 p.m. Central Time. Phone line is open 402-853-8436. If you care to watch past episodes of this thing, they're all archived on YouTube at All the Rides, or you can listen to it in podcast form. Simply search Drive By Night Show podcast, and this whole thing will pop up. And until then, we got about 6 minutes left. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate all of you. I really do. You gotta understand, this show was like earlier on in the night. It was just dead. Like I couldn't get anybody to call in. So it's like sometimes when that happens, it's like I'm taking some longer form calls, and then I get on those longer form calls, and then of course somebody else calls in. Let's give Kentucky a shot here. Drive By Night Show. How are you?
How are you? I'm doing good, old buddy. You doing all right?
There you go. Well, thank you so much for calling tonight. What's on your mind?
Nothing. I got a couple of jokes. I just figured if you'd be interested in listening.
All right, let's hear them.
All right. I got this old buddy named Danny. He's been fucking his wife over and over and over, and he just can't seem to get her to, to come. And I just, he fucks her and he can't get her to come.
I'm sorry, man. Like, maybe that joke should be in in private somewhere. I don't know. I'm sorry, man. It's just a little too much. TikTok, this is kind of a kiddie application. A lot of the 11-year-old kids like to call this show, and you're not bothering me at all with that joke, but you might bother somebody else, and you might bother the application itself, because this application is a little sensitive. So I do apologize to you, Kentucky. I really did want to hear that joke, but maybe not the best place to tell it. So thank you, though. Chat is saying, FYI, when people send likes, what did that just say? When people send likes, the live gets around on more people's FYP. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. Wait, what do you mean? Send likes in the comments or like on my videos and whatnot? Chat saying, it's okay. We could barely understand what he was saying. Yeah, that happens sometimes. I mean, some of these phone calls get lost in translation. I found that, I feel like people pick up their phone and they do stuff like this. And, and a lot of it you can't really understand. And I apologize. I try and speak clearly. I try to enunciate well. And I hope you can understand me. It's other people. Chat's saying, so people just call to talk about whatever. That's honestly what it is, and believe me, it can go a million different ways, and it has. Chat's saying, tapping the screen on the video sends likes in the live video. What do you mean? Somebody do it. I think that's awesome if that's the case, and then it sends it more to FYPs. I just feel like it's just been a little slow the last couple of weeks, and I think it might just be a TikTok thing. They want you to pay for promotions now, so I don't know. We'll see how this whole thing shakes out. But here we are, and this is week number 22, and there's about 2 minutes left in the show. So if anybody wants to, what are you saying? It says it was like he put the phone in his mouth, and his Kentucky accent sounded like he was eating marbles. That's one of my favorite phrases, by the way, too. When somebody you can't understand anything, what do you got, marbles in your mouth? So I definitely approve of your statement there. Jesse's saying, I always send likes. It's free. Thank you very much. And it's the Iowans. I couldn't agree more. You get that filthy state of Iowa out of here. We had 2 bum callers from there tonight that didn't contribute a darn thing. And sometimes that happens. And there was a show several months ago that when California got on this streak, there was like 5 calls in a row that were just terrible. And I wish I could remember what number show that was. Let's say it was number 9. Just to guess and say, oh, thank you for the rose, Jake, and that's awesome. Thank you so much. All right, everyone, I'm back on the road. Now I'm driving. This is, and this has been, the Drive By Night Show. And thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I always really appreciate it. I never know what's going to happen when I come out here. And I think, you know, the more we try and like curtail this thing and make sense of it, try and make it this and that, I like all of that, and that may or may not be the correct way to do it. But I think at its core, at its spirit, what makes this show anything worth watching and somewhat interesting is the randomness of it. And I always want to keep some of that going, that you can tune in every week and never quite know exactly what's going to happen or what's going to be said or where it's going to go. And that's something that I 100% want to hold on to no matter what. So until then, until next week, next Thursday, we'll see what happens, and I hope you'll join me. Have a good night.